here for a very special event today. This is the WSOP Summer Circuit event number 14, 10,300 GG Millions High Roller. It is the second day. There's been numerous flights, and there is a massive prize pool today. We are joined here by the man, Diego Ventura, who is fresh off a World Series of Poker bracelet. Diego, how are you?
Hey man, thank you for the invitation, and I'm happy to be here and check this big final table.
It is a big one. It is a massive one. We are in GG Millions. This is episode number 19. It happens to be during the WSOP Circuit event. This is a $10,000 buy-in. Again, it is a two-day event where the players play, and then we watch the final table today. So look forward to having you on for the expert analysis today. Of course, you see over $2 million in lifetime earnings and fresh off the World Series of Poker bracelet for over 400,000 just now in Vegas. I saw you at the player party in Las Vegas. You're in Peru. I'm in Brazil, and we are going to be calling a very special final table today. So excited about that as we are going to dive in. We're going to take a look at more events still. This is, again, the Circuit WSOP event. So we have 18 events. This is number 14, 100 million guaranteed, July 2nd to July 31st. There still is time for you to win a circuit ring, and of course benefits that come with that. Tournament of Champions, you get a millionaire maker entry. The platinum lounge access in Vegas, as we know, is very valuable to have during the World Series, and of course a special GGPoker badge to show off while playing. And a look at still remaining events. There are 4 more, including the main event, which is on the 31st, day 2. A lot of flights on GGPoker. You can play and enter, a lot of chances to get into there. And of course, the GG ranking, there it is, the GGM ranking for the year. Raw still holding it down with over 1.5 million in earnings so far this GG Million season. And today, 6 million in the prize pool. I mean, that is a big online tournament, $10,000 buy-in, a lot to play for today. The prize pool is massive. Of course, the payouts as well. 943,000 at first. Everyone here guaranteed 6 figures. 122,000 going to go to 9th place all the way up. We'll talk about ICM, all the fun stuff there. It is 619 total entries in the pool. 9 remain. And a look at the players. I don't know if anyone jumps out for you here. The big stack was 78 big blinds, short stack 11 blinds, kind of all in between. I don't know. Do you recognize anyone here, Diego?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen the chip leader before. Karma is a cat, also is a player that I play often against, and then Michael Watts, who is very well known in the poker scene.
For sure. Yeah, that's what jumps out to me. Mike Watson, just an absolute crusher. He has won a Super Millions title before. No other player in the 3 seasons has done that. We're going to dive right in to the action and take a look here at what we got going on here as, we're underway. Big stakes, big opportunity, and big hand in the big blind. Look at this. 2 aces and rank 1 for Linus, who has got himself the goods. I don't know if he'll get some action, maybe, I guess, possibly a limp probably here, or even maybe a raise, right? Young Money can put pressure on the 7. Look at this. The chip leader goes for, one of the chip leaders goes for pressure. And Linus, does he have a flat here? Do you ever flat off 10 blinds? Is that a good play?
It's interesting. Definitely, I think it's going to be a flat sometimes. And yeah, because like the player, he's going to be limited to some trash hands and I guess some decent hands, but he's not necessarily going to call. Or just give me a second.
Yeah, that is a big moment there for our friend with aces. And again, could have taken a higher variance route and flatted. We'll wonder what you guys do at home. We will have some hands up promotions, some games as well, where you guys get to play and guess along with the cards down as we see a raise and a takedown. Gonna want to do a wager here with Diego for a dinner. If you're up for that, we'll call red or black for the flop. And then no worries, man. Get situated, get comfortable. We got ourselves a long show here to deal with today. So we're gonna have a fun final table, play to a winner. And if you want to do if you want to do a wager, I'm up for it. Red or black, and then we can do a little snake draft. So you choose red or black.
Black.
Black. All right, we'll see the next flop. And that'll be the first pick gets 1, second gets 2nd and 3rd. We'll go all the way down. No flop there. Sir Watts not afraid. Ace 4 suited. Gonna open up and take it down as no contest, not easy to do. 9-handed, get one through with the suited wheel ace, a nice starting hand. And again, at home, I want to welcome you guys to play the promotion where you can win the jackpot. It is a progressive jackpot, and you can guess the winning hand for the day. You got to guess the exact suits. Not easy, but you guys do have an opportunity to do that, and that will be in a pinned YouTube chat for the hands up, as we see a big couple of hands here. Ace, king, and tens. Talk to me about flatting here, Diego, versus raising with tens. Are they just too deep in this spot to go for a raise?
Yeah, I think they're a bit too deep. I think you can, if you three bet, you kind of you can three bet fold. I think this hand fine. So it depends a little bit on how the player wants to create his strategy here. But I think flatting with this stack size is fine yet. So yeah, I think most people are going to be flatting this type of folding. So it seems okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and good flop. 10, scary, I guess, is not always worried. Could be against a bigger pair here. Sets, there's different things going on. The player here with first of all, let's get this in order. It's red, right? So I get first pick, and then you'll get 2 picks. So let me go ahead and I guess I'll go with the chip leader. I got to go chips. I'm a sucker for chips. I'm going to go with focus Nick with the first pick. You get two picks here.
So I'll pick Karma is a cat. Oh, so I do get, and I'll choose. I guess I'll just choose Mike Watson.
Wow! So you're gonna take Mike Watson and Karma.
Yeah, these are the players I know.
I like it. Hey, listen, Peru's got some good food. I've been there once. Wouldn't mind coming down again. Get a nice meal. You're taking I love that. I want to have Mike, but he's got his work cut out for him with chips. I'll go with Army with 10 mil, and now we just go 1-1 all the way through.
Oh, one more?
We go all the way. We got someone's gonna win. We get all the players, so it's a draft.
Okay. So now I'll take Young Money. I like this nickname.
Young Money, okay. I will take I'll take Lemon, the Mexico flag over there with Lemon House.
Okay. Did you take Army yet? I think you did, right?
Yes.
So then I'll go for no. Is that no Ola? I can't read very well.
No Ola. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And then I think we just have what? It's the Dimitri. Is that right? Oh no, Linus. I'll take Linus.
Okay, I thought you took Linus before, but
well, you took Linus. He's got 2 million. I don't think he was picked.
No, I think you did, but whatever.
All right, Linus, and you get Dimitri. We got ourselves a wager. Audience at home, you're going to get a $50 or $100, depending who wins. We're going to give you guys. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and give. We'll give him Mike Watson for the 100. We'll give him Focus with the chip leader, Young Money. Let's give him that. We'll give him Karma and no Ola. So you guys have those players. If one of those players wins, it's 100. If any of the others, it's a $50 giveaway. So at the end of the, stay tuned. We will give you a keyword for that at the end of the show. And I think, Diego, you mentioned, what is your live schedule coming up? Are you playing any tournaments coming up, or are you just going to be playing online and streaming?
I'm not so sure yet. I think I will try to play this live, like on live flight for the London tournament. I think that's next Sunday, so I'll try to do that, and then if that works, I'll go to London. My sister lives there, and I'm happy to visit her. And if it doesn't work, I just be home and wait for the Bahamas tournament.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Big announcement. WSOP coming to Bahamas. That will be in December. So very cool to see that kind of Atlantis. I know you actually, your biggest score, you won 900,000. I saw, I think 2015, you took second at the PCA. And that was like one of the first live tournaments you ever played or recorded. So good memories there, right? Yeah, I'm sure you're excited to get back to Atlantis.
Yeah, I love to go there every time I can. Because like it's always a nice experience to go back and just kind of remember those amazing memories that I created there.
Very cool. Yeah, I want to say what up to the audience. Let everyone know. Let us know where you're watching from. Again, Peru, Brazil here represented. This is a little different. Super Millions. There was a bigger prize pool, more entries. We don't have a Brazil representation today. Interestingly enough, or Austria. I believe that is the first time there's not been a player from Austria or Brazil at the final table. So that'll be interesting. Someone new there. And Mike Watson, the only player who has won a GGMillions event. So there will potentially, very likely be a new winner, although Mike Watson, you can't ever count him out. He is on fire, playing a great brand of poker, and he is here at another final table for the GGMillions as we see the 9-10 off open. A little looser, is this just big stack gets to open so wide?
Well, I think so. The first spot he had, I think, A7 when Linus had aces, and he didn't open. So I was like, maybe this guy is just doesn't want to play the first hand. But now maybe he's noticing that players are not fighting much, so it just feels like it's time to it's just time to raise every hand. I like it.
Yep. Queen deuce off. This is don't try this at home. This is definitely a little bit out there, no matter what chip stack or position. I guess there's some positions it'll be okay. This is definitely wide, and Focus, who may have some understanding of this player, decides to go for a pretty light 3-bet. Definitely not like insane, but also pretty wide here with Queen ten off. They are deep, and he is putting pressure on. So interesting. Army doesn't want to let it go yet. He's thinking about coming back. We might see a very exciting day of poker today, but he does go ahead and fold. Anything else would be literally, I think, insane, but that was already a pretty crazy open.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see how players start like adapting to each other really quickly. And I think this is something that when you are paying attention and you know how to adapt to different player strategies, is kind of important. Kind of be prepared for like different approaches.
Yep.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and again, in these formats, in these tournaments, very likely the players have played with each other sort of down the stretch, right? 2 tables left, 3 tables left. They probably have some understanding, especially in a big tournament like this. When you get deep, maybe you just pull up to other tables, right? You kind of watch with 2, 3 tables left what's going on. So, there's again, probably pretty well aware of each other's games as we see ace jack and jack 8 suited here. Mike Watson does have the best hand. He is on the river, and ultimately no shot at the pot from Karma, just decides to sort of check it down. Would you like to see on this board 4 deuce 5 queen? Do you like to see any attacking at all, or is that pretty straightforward just to sort of check? Because you're giving up really with jack high, right? Jack 8 there on that situation.
I think it's okay to give up in this specific the way the run out went. So you get the bluff here, but I think you need to control a little bit your frequencies for sure.
Yeah, I see a lot of familiar faces just calling out. We got some.
Also, I don't think Mike is going to be the type of player who is going to be looking to overfold, maybe. So, seems fine to give up.
Yep. 2 deuces again, a little bit wide, but as the chip leader, any pair, got to imagine he's going to be opening there, and 9-handed, a lot of chance for big hands, but so far no real confrontations, and we've seen a very very active table, very open, wide of hands. This is Queen 8 suited. We do see a 3-bet this time from Young Money, who does go for it with ace king, and Queen 8 suited, definitely open, doesn't really want to be flatting, playing out of position there, just gives it up. But ooh, look at that, Diego. You see that? We got the first.
Okay, that's cool.
First games. We got a mini game here, so we're gonna play with. It looks like it's interesting though. We're seeing two opponents' cards. I'm not sure if that was designed. Is that right? I guess we're not guessing. Well, we just don't see the other player's cards. So I guess I've never seen the two-player hand. Will King 10 and Jack 8. So I'm not sure if that was a mistake, but as it plays, we see the 10-3 deuce flop, Jack 8 suited limps in. What do you like here? King 10 in the big blind.
I think when the other guy checks, I think you definitely want to be betting in this board. You know, you have a pretty strong hand, and it's unlikely to get check raised in this board. So I think you definitely gonna have to go for value here and just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, interesting to note, Lemon House has a middling stack, right? There are two much shorter stacks, and look at this. Army just takes it.
I like it.
He's got the over, he's got backdoor straight, backdoor flush draws, and a random jack. And if you're Lemon House, it's uncomfortable. Like you said, it's see what happens. And now you're in a tough spot. What do you do here with Lemon House? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I think this line is strange, but I think it's also very good. So unfortunately, you know, Lemon House has a big hand, and you know he's going to be continuing here. But I think in general, it's going to be hard for Lemon House to continue against a check raise with other part of his range. So yeah, I like this, you know, being aggressive in this type of situations with wide ranges in the blind world.
Wow.
Oh, he checks.
Checks back the 10, and now very advanced play. I mean, high risk, right? There's draws, a lot of draws, 4-5, wheel draws. There's diamonds, which his opponent happened to have. He gives the free card, but this may work out well because Army may just have to take the bait here, and he does go for a bet. And nice hand from Lemon House, gets the max, takes a bit of a risk, but he ultimately does get a nice pot and up to almost 10 million, nine and change, 9.5 almost pot there. So very, very interesting line.
This is interesting because Army now he has two players that are in position against him that have covered him. So I think this is something that you want to be considering when you are going to risk a decent amount of your stack, because like now he's he can't be playing as loose as before, and that's kind of important. I think so. This is I think that hand is kind of a key hand, although it doesn't look like it is. I think it's kind of an important hand for him, strategically speaking.
Yeah, and a pretty interactive board here. Jack 9 suited. This is a very nice flop. If you're going to play this under the gun, you get 10-7-3, and you get let out though, which is kind of crazy, right? The small blind not going to think you're going to lead too much here, although he does have, he gets to have kind of more sets, pairs, decides to kind of mix up what he's representing here. And Young Money is not in the lead, doesn't get a club, doesn't get the 8, 9, or Jack to improve. And Ace Queen now decides to slow down. And if you're Young Money, tricky hand now, very unconventional lead. And I think a lot of respects, what do you like him doing here with just basically the worst hand he can have?
Yeah, it's I think this is kind of a situation where it's hard for him to like visualize what's the range of the other player, the small blind leading here. So it's complicated to think like which hands he's going to be folding here, but maybe he's thinking maybe I get to fold like some king jack, some queen jack, some hands like that, or maybe queen 9 hands like that he might be betting in this board. So I don't like the play of the ace queen, and I think it's now easy to see why. And I think I would have rather 3-bet pre-flop, and if I face some 4-bets, I think we just get to fold. So
I know you like 3-betting because me and you played in the main event on day 1 too, and I only person I knew or recognized, and you were 3-betting me a lot. We played a lot of pots, so I didn't win a bracelet this WSOP. I did get deep in the main though. I actually had to miss Millions commentary, the GGMillions, because I made day 5. I think I finished like 260 in the main, but I would trade a deep run in the main for a bracelet any day of the week, and you did get that. Tell me quickly, those at home that maybe aren't familiar with you as well, like where you're part of Team GG, you play online, stream content. Where can people follow along with you?
Yeah, well, I'm not nowadays. I am basically studying with some Brazilian guys, and then with some friends from Peru, and then
Hold on, hold that thought. Eights to queens.
yeah,
We
yeah.
got a jam. Linus steps into it. He is going to need a lot of help. 2 outs, 2 cards to come. Doesn't get the turn. 4.55%, or we will have our 9th place finisher. Linus looking for it. It's paint. Not going to be
Yeah.
it. Not a ace queens. The 2 overcards come, but does well. 4-1 favorite versus the under pair and knocks it out. Sorry to interrupt you
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So tell me, you said you've been studying and working on your game.
Yeah, and you know, then I am doing some content creation for like my Instagram, mostly reflections of my career as a poker player, like my growth as a person, and how I kind of combine both things, as you know, principles of poker and apply it to life and vice versa. And and yeah, I think mostly that, to be honest. Yeah. Then you know, trying to travel to the some good tournaments.
For sure. And what's the Peru? Tell me a little bit about Peru and poker. What's happening in the current landscape? Is it popular? Is it growing? Are there casinos there, live games, home games? Like what is it like there?
Yeah, so there is quite a lot of initiatives now, especially from GG. You know, I've been doing some work with some other guys here. Um, and now there is a YouTube program with some people from TV, some actors, some players that are kind of showing the game more to you know, more people. There's still some how do you say that, you know, some judgments from people that they don't understand how the game works. But I think there is some work being done by a lot of people actually, and informing people how poker really works, and it's growing. There is now also how you say student university student league. So there are a lot of things going on right now, and I think you know, with the result I had, um you know, I'm going to be going to some interviews and things like that. It's always good to promote the game. There is also a national circuit now, a national tournament series that is going through different Peruvian cities. So yeah, it's growing. I think it's just following the steps from like Brazil, but you know, maybe 5 years, 10 years. Um, it's a
Is is
younger country.
is 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 it but would you say, like, is it something where you go around and people recognize you? Like, is it very popular? Like, are people like, do people really know you and like recognize you for poker there and stuff? Is it like that or not really?
It happens rarely, but it happens, especially in my city. You know, it happened a couple of times in the capital too. Mostly, you know, from people that play poker, but I don't think we're still yet in a point where or where any player is just recognized very often. Not yet, I think.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
All in here, ace 10, jack 9. We just saw some pretty fancy 3-betting, 4-betting, the ace 9 and king jack before, as you were talking. Ace 10, jack 9, jack
Yeah.
9 has the gut shots, got the over 2. Ace 10 is in the lead and does fade. So a double up there, 3.2 million, and just kind of again, there's some reckless opening. I mean, really early position, jack 9 off, like complete going for it. This could be a fast final table, just the fashion, the nature. This isn't people, you know, folding ace jack under the gun, 8-handed, and you know,
Yeah.
playing super tight. This is like, oh, anything goes, gloves off, going for the win poker day. So should be very fun to watch, as we've seen already a few players showing their willingness to really get involved.
Yeah, I think that open is okay. With these stack sizes, I did not like the 3-bet from King Jack suited. I think there was no need to 3-bet that hand in that situation, but I think people like to overdo this when they know that the chip leader is opening very wide, and and you know, I think the chip leader was I guess smart enough to go for the 4-bet there, and it was probably painful for the King Jack suited.
That's like solver world, right? That's the one that you can just get super aggro with. He could easily rip that there. It would actually work too.
The
Interesting
king
to
jack
know.
suited. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can go either way. You can probably call or just 4-bet jam. Probably there are no many calls actually. So yeah, 5-bet jam, right? So I think that's probably happening sometimes.
Yeah.
There was this player no all out, so I think he just open folded the pocket sevens, the last hand, which is interesting. I don't think there's so many short players. I think you could have probably opened that hand.
Yeah, this has been I mean, this has really been fast. Like we're definitely seeing some cool hands. I mean, focus here with the queen six suited, like this pains him. You can see he wants to be involved. He wants to go for it. Does pass it up. Actually got lucky, he did pass up, right? Because I mean that's not a standard 3-bet by any means or play, but he would have had to run into a short stack jam and hated it. But yeah, this is again sort of a tale of a couple stories going here. We got 13.7 million, 9.5 million, 7.3, 8 million, 7 million. Then we have the 3.6, 3.8 stacks that are much shorter and sort of in a little bit more dire straits, but still playability, right? I mean, Mike Watson has 19 big blinds. He's not like critically short by any means.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is why you'll see players still, trying to fight and just going for it. So I think it's fine. I think this queen six suited, he could have 3-bet, but I think it looks like Army is willing to fight. So, and he has a good stack too. He has like 50 blinds. So maybe this is not the spot you want to take with queen six. Maybe you want to take a spot where the other player has like maybe under 35 or 30 blinds, where he's going to be mostly 4-bet jamming or folding, but going to the post flop with queen six suited against a player who is like willing to play, and just kind of open up yourself to also a counter strategy that might make your hand perform poorly in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is again, focus is, man, what a guy. He's really going for it. And again, queen 10 suited certainly playing. He's playing queen deuce off and these other hands. Queen 10 suited, a monster hand, 40% to a royal. Ace 10 for Mike. Now, this is one where I think Mike's weighing the fold equity there. I think he really wants to shove. It's not typical, but I think he knows how out of line this player is. And look, I mean, what is going on, Diego? They are this is out of line. This is completely out of pocket. And I don't think he's full. I mean, queen 10 suited, this is like got to look like aces to focus. I mean, I don't see him getting rid of this one.
Yeah, I think so. This is the thing, right? Like when the big blind 3-bets here, he's very polar. So our strategy is going to be wanting to call mostly because, like, he takes it.
It's all out the door, Diego. This is forget this
it's
solvers and this is gloves off. Guys are absolutely. This is 2007.
I feel you have nothing, so just go for it.
Man, really, 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 this is fun though. This is what it's about, man. This is
the interesting part about like analyzing poker, because like I might say this guy mostly wants to call, but if you kind of create another argument where you say, okay, but the other player is never going to 5-bet any of his bluffs and he's going to be over bluffing, then maybe 4-bet just every hand is a better strategy. So strategies are very sensitive and very flexible to depending on what's going to happen. So you never really know for sure what's the best response. So you just gotta I guess prepare for different strategies and try to go for the feeling in the moment, what feels like is the right play against certain profiles. So I think that's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and here 6-3 suited, pretty nice flop. You defend 6-3 suited. Maybe you can mix in a club instead of the heart. Have a backdoor would be nice, but pretty big flop. And you do realize like your opponent is opening broadways, opening pairs, and you definitely could mix in some check raises or get a little crazy here. You got a 3. Do you have the 2-3 suiteds? Maybe, and he is going to rep it. He's coming out firing here, and yeah, this is young money going to put him in a tough spot. You know, even if he has ace queen, ace king, he doesn't love it, right? So like if you're 6'3", you get to kind of realize some spots, and this is a young money's. He's curious though. He is curious. He doesn't ready to shut down. Although it's kind of tough to call and just buckle up here, right? Because you're either going to get outdrawn or you're in really bad shape. So that's the reason why it's such a powerful play, for this exact reason. You're putting a lot of hands in such a tough spot. And look at this. Guys are sticking on. Can we put the prize pool? Can we set 943,000? They're play 800K gap between first and ninth, 8 left. And guys are just absolutely gunslinging today. This is street poker at its finest. And all right, you check raise. Now what, Diego? Do you follow through on this? It's not a diamond. Do you shake
I
ace
guess
queen?
you want to follow through. You kind of still have hands that he might continue, but might fall later. Like, you know, he can have still diamonds, or like even Jack 10 of diamonds. Hands like that he's going to, you know, if diamond doesn't come in the river, he might just call and fold. And I like what you said. Like our range from the big blind is going to be quite restricted. So we're gonna have like some, you know, some ace x, and we're not necessarily going to have all the ace x off. And then we're gonna have suited connectors, like, you know, exactly like 5-4. Like we're gonna have all the fives, all the fours, all ace 5, all ace 4. So I kind of like it, and I kind of like to go for it. We also don't have a lot of like you know, we're not supposed to have a lot of offsuit hands here that are bluffs. So I think just following with this one it's okay. You know, and also we've seen some crazy falls in final tables like this. He might fall an ace by the river. We just don't know, and that's possible, you know. So I think it's a decent situation to continue betting. Yeah, now it's strange, right, to bet. But I guess you just have to. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it went check on the turn though. So yeah, it's now, you know, it's just a
Okay.
give up, pure give up. And tens actually is going to not generally think they're good, right? Like the 6-3, 6-7 may continue, or diamonds continue. So you're wondering, do you need to bluff somehow, or could you? Because, you know, you have 2 tens, but I don't know. I guess you're just hoping he has 6-7 or 6-3 or diamonds that gave up, I guess.
I think in this situation you kind of want to fold out like something like Jack 7 of diamonds, something like that. You know, he might take this line with a hand like that, or maybe some 5-3 of diamonds. Oh well, 5-3 you're winning, so it doesn't matter. So I think mostly Jack. So you know, it's possible.
Wow.
Also, yeah, that's an interesting hand. Definitely.
Look, how when you're young money and you make that bet, you mentioned Jack X, okay, sure, is going to fold, but how tight do you think he would fold there? Like, do you think he's going to fold any 2 pairs? Like, did he check? But he probably wouldn't check back
No.
2 pair on the turn.
Yeah.
So like, what is he? You think he's just really targeting the Jack X to fold there?
Yeah, I think so. So I didn't like the sizing too much. I think you just want to go this kind of half pot, I guess, something like that. Yes, we're not really looking to fold much, and we can still value bet a lot of ace x. I think most players in this line, they won't have a lot of ace x anyways. So we're mostly trying to fold out Jack X. Yeah. You know, this is interesting about like you know, high profile players. Like I think Army against any other player, he would have just 3-bet call or 3-bet, and against Mike Watson, he just goes for the flat. I don't know if that's like a real thing, but apparently for the way he was playing and the way he's and now he chooses to call, it seems a little bit different to what he would normally do.
Yeah, this would be a fun hands up one to see what Mike, you know, it's a tough spot for Mike, gets flatted and he does decide to kind of relinquish, not go for it, get crazy there. Army flats ace jack off and does pick it up here, as we still are 8-handed. Going to play to a winner, big money, lower left. You guys can take a look. at the payouts, and again, a lot of money up top here. No deals available. It is going to play to a winner, and we will have more mini games for you with the cards down. A nice hand, kings on the button for Lemon House. Gets to open no action. Let's see. King. Wow. Did he just get kings 2 hands in a row, right?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's cool.
And this time, let's see. Any way to flat? Is there any the big blind small? Probably don't think this is like shove stacks really behind though. You've got Focus, who's very aggressive. Maybe a consideration to flat. He might squeeze, but ultimately does pop it up. And I've seen a lot of smaller 3-bets in general now. That seems to be a thing. Can you talk to me about what's been happening? Why this seems to be a trend where players are 3-betting much smaller now in position?
Yeah, well, I think it's because it's very hard for the player out of position to flat anyways, because his equity realization is going to be lower in a situation like that. So you don't necessarily, and then what happens is that the player that's out of position is going to be you are already going to make indifferent a lot of his hands by using a smaller sizing, and then you're going to be basically targeting the same hands that you would target by using a bigger sizing with a smaller sizing. So because if you call because you think you have a good price, but then you need to consider that there's going to be a c-bet, there might be a second baron, then the pot gets really big. So, all right, this is the moment.
Is this a moment? And it looks like last time we had 2 hands. This time we had none. Maybe it's the next hand. That was a pump fake. They're keeping everyone on their toes. We had no hand there, no decision, but that will be we will have more of those to come. So far, 0 for 2, guys. Sorry about that. Hands up. It is in the pin chat. You guys want a chance at the progressive jackpot? Check that out. I'm gonna grab a water. Diego, talk us through this hand. Be right back.
All right. Yeah. So we have Ermi again, just going for the race under the gun, and I think Karma wants to actually fold here. I don't think this hand is great. I don't think you want to have a hand that kind of blocks 2 holdings that he might be just raise folding. So, and you don't have any ace in your hand either, so just probably taking a fold here. We had Army defending. She has almost a monster, I guess. And I would assume there will be a c-bet here. It seems a very big sizing too for a c-bet. Not really a fan. This board is going to connect really well with Army. So I think if I decide to c-bet, I'll just choose a way smaller sizing here.
And this could be problematic. No, I mean, I guess he's going to shut down a lot, but he also does have a double gutter and just thinks his opponent, what heart combinations does he have really, right? He's opening from this position. He's got Queen Jack, Queen 10, King Queen of hearts, and he actually has the nuts here. So let's see. Does decide to check back, and
yeah, I think having the King of Diamonds is not great at this point, because like you want the player to have that's the kind of King Jack suited or King Queen. Those are hands that he's going to be folding. Yeah, and yeah, we have we also know that there is this player is willing to fight. So what are we targeting on the turn? Yeah, some Queen Jack, true. Some other hands, but in general, okay, he goes for very big sizing. Interesting.
All right. Well, Let's try it.
All
Third
right.
time's a charm. Here we go. Jacks, Diego, Lemon House, under the gun,
Very easy.
open. So far, so good. You're aligned, right? You like the open min raise.
Yeah, we
What's the
definitely
benefit of
want to
min raising
open.
versus bigger sizing? What are you looking at when you min raise versus maybe make it like 2.5 or 2.2?
I think in this situation there's not enough arguments to do bigger sizing, but generally we're going to use that when we're using a tighter range against a player who has a very low risk premium against us. So we deny a little bit more equity pre-flop, and just kind of take down some pots. So, but I don't think this is the situation because there are a lot of players that we cover still, and the players that cover us, they are not in like positions that will be playing a wide range.
Is call standard there always against this player?
I think we want to be calling, yeah, mostly calling. So this is the kind of the thing I was saying with the other hand with focus for bet a queen 10, because like we want to keep army with his bluffs, and because those are the hands we dominate, and we are mostly drawing that against his value range, right? If it's going to be like queens through ace king suited, I guess, or maybe ace king off. So yeah, I don't like either to check this hand on the flop, but I understand why he's checking. He seems to be taking a lot of caution in these situations. Same happened with the ace queen, and also the 6-3. He didn't bluff, so it's reasonable.
Oh, a big bet here would be intense, but I mean, I can't imagine folding to any sizing if you're Lemon House. But
Yeah,
like,
if he if he goes all in, don't ask me what I do, because like I don't know.
it feels like Army's not a quitter. I'm worried. I'm nervous because I do think it might be coming. Okay, all right. Now, is it just too big a pot? Are you happy? Do you get called by worse? The three. I mean,
I'm so happy to check back. Just like I'm happy with the size of this board, like this pot. Like what hands is he going to call? Maybe like ace 5. I don't know. It's possible, but also we don't know if he's going to check this hand on the flop or he's going to bet it on the turn. So I don't feel So he has ace king. So I think in the play it's fine from both of them.
Yeah, so Army actually did wake up with the real hand there. He was been super. We saw the king 3 off out of the big blind, so could have had a wide range there. Did have a real hand. Didn't get too crazy after the flop. Just one extra bet on the turn, and here he is right back to work. Queen 9 off, coming in attacking with the 4x blind on blind. Which sizing seems a little big, but
Yeah, you can use a variety of sizings here, and then it's going to depend. Again, like this might be the best strategy if the guy is not reacting the best to this sizing specifically, So these are the things that are very hard to know in game, because but we've seen Lemon House to be in generally quite conservative. So I think going for a big size is kind of nice.
Yeah, well, does take it down. Army picks it up. Blinds are up 125, 250. As you see, it is still 8-handed. We've lost one, but blinds are up. Some short stacks as well. Sir Watts, Mike Watson at home, very, very tough player who is at the mercy of the cards a bit now, right? He's on exactly 10 big blinds. So he's got his work cut out for him here, as he's kind of just maybe thinking about laddering in this particular format just because of the table, how wildly aggressive it is. He's seeing some chips fly around, but he definitely is going to have to get active here if he wants to still be in. And now Focus picks up the turn flush draw, King 4 suited. I like the check back, right? One of the weaker kings decided to check back, and here he goes, just pouncing on the turn bet here from his opponent. And Focus Nick does have the flush draw, but it's not a super appealing one to peel out of position versus a raise for this size here. I mean, it's kind of hard to continue.
Is it 1.6 there?
And yeah, I believe so. My it's a little blurry for me as well. It does call Queen High now on the river. No, I guess it was 1.2 because it's 2.8, I think, in the in the pot, and he does
Yeah.
get his man. And now King 4 would think to check back, but hey, you never know.
Yeah, I think both plays are fine. I think this is probably the weakest we get to the river, so I guess checking is okay.
But we know our friend there. He's got top pair. He's going for value. He does bet, takes it down, and he is over 10 million now. Chips have consolidated a bit. We see Lemon House about 10 million, Focus Nick 16 million. So there is some contention at the top, and then some 5 million stacks along the way. In terms of
Yeah.
our wager, I think we both have players left. We're both in it, and we will have a giveaway. And I do want to mention on my Twitter, I do have a $50 giveaway myself. I'm doing that is pinned on Jeff Gross Poker Twitter. I can put the link up here in a bit, and we have the hands up as well. And I'm going to give you guys at the end a keyword giveaway. So 3 giveaways today during this WSOP Circuit 10K ring event, and again 943,000 the first. Lot to play for today as we see some great players. And what was this? This was a check call with the 7-8 gut shot, check call out of position. Does turn an 8. It is good in the moment.
Yeah, this is interesting from both players. I guess King 6. I guess we just want to check. I'm not sure. This turn, I think it's good for both. But generally,
Wow.
yeah.
Quite
Yeah,
a run out.
this is quite interesting. I don't know if Army will want to reopen the bet. I don't think you get to reopen here with this hand. Well, you might see a bluff from Young Money if he does that. It's also, you know, I think some players will try to check raise here if he decides to bet.
I think it is a tough representation if you're Army, right? Because like you would think this player, if he would bet a spade draw, right? He'd probably continue with most spade like turn spade draws. So I would like it. You're right. If Young Money decides to attack here to go to 2 million or 1.8 or even bigger, something else, I mean, it's going to be very hard. It's also scary to bluff a guy that you don't feel like is going to fold. You know what I mean? It's very scary.
Yeah. I think, you know, he goes for the emoji there, which is interesting. And I think, you know, we've seen Army do some 3x, some 2.5, some limps. So a lot of the strategy here goes through, I think, the dynamics, you know, the dynamics, how everyone perceives the dynamics. And now Young Money probably perceived that this guy is not going to be folding, and basically what you said, you know, he has quite a lot of available bluffs there, and he might be betting his value hand. So you know, he decided to just fold. And we've seen also Dimitri just fold ace jack off from in last hand from under the gun, which was quite conservative as well. I think he could have taken a shot there.
Yep. 8-6 suited, 10-7 suited. Both nice little starter packs in the blinds. Does fold. Interesting.
Dimitri's he's just looking to jump, I guess. Take some pay jumps.
Yeah, he's dead even with Sir Watch there, basically, sort of realizing that, all right, it's a pretty good chance one of them is he's gonna have to be all in, or maybe he gets a ladder or he picks up a tier 1 hand. But it's hard, right? It's hard to get those jacks plus, 10s plus, ace king. It's few and far between, and it's a critical time for him at the moment. And there's also some very big stacks, so not too many. I don't think you can count on too many just all ins, right? Sir Watts is short, but look at this, king jack suited. Might not even get to open it though, and this changes things because Dimitri on a open, this is close to a fist pump spot, but the fold equity is not really there against this player either. So he does fold, and now Sir Watts has.
Yeah, I think this is why you see the jack 9 off opens, the queen those off opens, because like you know, there will be a lot of players that are not willing to just take some risks, and and you know that's why you just get to open a bit more, and you're seeing that the players that are being more looser and aggressive, they are getting rewarded. And you know, I think when you just show that you're just relentless, you know, it's just hard for people to be facing aggression all the time.
Yeah, it's interesting Sir Watts shoves there. Pretty standard, I guess, but in some respects, you could argue to call, right? If that was against like a 7 or a 5 million stack, maybe he would just take a flop. But against the chip leader, realizing how wide he's opening, he just says, I have the best hand almost always. I don't want to call, let a hand like that, right? Flop an 8 or a jack or some ace high flop you get bluffed off of. So he just ripped it in and did take it down. And there is Dimitri. He does go for it and does take down ace jack suited, a little different position at the table and also suited, but he's been conservative. Does chip up though a little bit over 12 blinds. So it's again him and Mike Watson both won pots, both trying to hang around in 2 9s. Nice spot here. Do you see a shove or a min raise? I think it is.
Pinch off, yeah. You probably wanna induce here like 10s. I would just shove 9s. Yeah.
Yep, nuances, little differences in the game, and that is the play that Mike Watson goes for as we see Army and Focus. This could be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Let's see, go 3x right in the queens and the 1 and 2 stacks at the table. What does Focus do? Does he just shoot it up or does he call? I mean, it's a big open as well. I mean, you got to imagine he's shooting it up, but like somehow he got in queens ace king would be a disaster.
I think you know he's probably ready to stack off with this player, even though it's kind of disastrous to stack off now. He knows that this player is willing to fight, and I would think in these positions, you know, you would just try to stack off here. It's high risk, but it's also high reward when this player might, you know, you never know with these players that are just kind of, it's hard to predict, unpredictable. So, you know, he might just shove like 7s or something like that. So, yeah, it's definitely, I don't think it's a situation where you want to stack off against any player, but I think against Army, we've seen him loose enough, aggressive enough to put it, you know, just put all the chips there.
Yeah, Army probably thinking, how can I 3x there and actually get attacked by this guy?
Yeah.
But he did, and he had a hand. He woke up with the goods and takes it down. As we see a light open from Focus on the button, knows his blinds, knows his opponent, playing pretty straightforward and does capitalize. I mean, he's getting hot right now. He's got 18 million. He's really chipped up nicely, has a nice lead, double third place in a really good position. He's getting good hands now too, pretty good spots, and he is a little bit of a runaway train at the moment. I think I have him, right? I picked him. He was the leader, I believe.
Yeah, I think you did, yeah. You know, it's interesting to point that he gained a lot of the chips just by 4-betting other players that were trying to attack him, and you know, she just won a lot of pots without showdown. So that's a massive advantage for him. I think that's, you know, kind of a good thing.
Yep, and I'm going to drop the link for Twitter again and get $50 giveaway. You guys can retweet and enter in that. That is now on YouTube, and also the pinned chat hands up comment for GG Poker. Guess the winning hand. You need the exact suit. So, for example, if you think it's the King of Clubs, Jack of Hearts, you could guess that. If that is the hand, you will win that jackpot progressive. I believe it's in Canadian. That's on the Reddit chat. I think it's around $750 currently. Yeah, we got 3 giveaways. Like I said, hit the thumbs up as well. If you are enjoying the show, that will be a giveaway later in the show. It will be $50 or a $100 GG tournament ticket or cash ticket, depending on who wins. You guys are sweating. As I mentioned, we got Sir Watts, Mike Watson. We put in Lemon House, Focus, NK, Young Money, and no Olaf for you guys to sweat for 100. If it's someone else, it'll be 50. And either way, 3 giveaways active and live for you today. Hope you're enjoying. Good to be back. And again, Diego Ventura, fresh off a World Series of Poker bracelet. Within 2 weeks ago? Is the last event? How does that feel to get your first bracelet like on the way out? And this like kind of a gimmicky event. Rast, gets into the Hall of Fame. They do this bounty on him and the Hall of Fame players. You hop in. What were you thinking? What was your, it's in your head? Are you like another summer? No bracelet. I want to win one. Like, how do you actually mentally get through that? Like, that's crazy, right? You must have been
like I think this is the tournament where like it's like this is the exact moment of the series when you're like, I think I'm just gonna register in this tournament because like I just feel like it's my duty as a professional or something like that. But it's definitely not the most exciting tournament. And so I was like, just basically just just like a robot waking up and saying this is the tournament that I gotta play today, and that's it. No, not
Yep.
more thinking. And then I just made a deep run on that, and then I started to get excited. When we were like 100 left and something like that, I was like, okay, so this is happening. So just gotta just started to get more motivated. So it's an amazing tournament. And then when the prices show, you just never expect that this tournament is going to be paying so much money, and then you see the top prices, and it's a lot, and then you're like, oh, I'm happy I registered in this tournament because like there is a lot of there's a lot of players participating there, so the pots get the prize pools get really big.
Yeah, big score, 400K plus, and their biggest was 900K, as we mentioned, second in the PCA back in the day in 2015. And of course, the WSOP coming to the Bahamas at the Atlantis in December. That is going to be, I think, 15 events, some guarantees, maybe a 5 million main as well. And going to be a lot to play for, as well as you see the payouts today, a lot to play for. Linus out in ninth, 122K. Here, all players guaranteed a nice score, lower left payouts, and 943,000 to first. So appreciate you guys being with us. Giveaways, we're having fun. We're playing some hands, mini games with the cards down with Diego Ventura here, and we are seeing some fun poker. Focus is going for it, and Young Money is like, man, why me? Why do I have to take this? But I got to take the spot. He does have A7 suited. He does have the best hand. He does get it through.
Yeah, this is actually a dream spot, I think, because this guy is going to be opening so wide. You just get to pick up the blinds, and so easy. So I think it's actually a very nice scenario. This is a tough one, I think. Nines here. This player has not played any hand. Just get nines under the gun. There are like 6 live ranges. So Mike decides to go for the fold, which is I think is interesting because like nines seems like a nice hand, but no blockers and things like that apparently are relevant. So it's kind of a difficult situation there. I think that was a difficult situation.
Yep. And ace-10 suited, very close, but surely with that stack size and 8-handed under the gun, got to go for it. Does get it through. You don't love it. You just realize you might get called and be in really bad shape, but he does pick it up, gets it through. Important pot is still over 10 blinds, through the blinds. And here we go. Under the gun, aggressive player, 8s. No, like, can't love it versus the under the gun, but it is a special.
I think I would be just happy to jam here, and I would bust if I were no. I think against this player, I would just go for it with 8s. It's not great because of the same things we said. Like this hand is going to get called by 9s plus probably, or like 10s plus, and ace king, ace queen, maybe ace queen. I don't know. Now the blind changed, so probably yes. And so it's not like we're loving it like absolutely, but when a player is just opening way wider, we just want to take just by the frequency of the times he's going to fall, the AV of 8 is going to increase, even though it doesn't block any value or things like that.
I love Army's game. He's got this chickeration in him, and I had a feeling he was going to check back, and sure enough, right? He does. He does check back, and he has top set. I mean, 4-5 immediate draw. I think this is Yeah, now it's time to bet. Let your opponent hit top pair. Let your opponent pick up hearts, pick up a straight draw. So let's see how big he goes here. He does see Mike Watts is short. Maybe goes half pot or wow, this goes all of it. Man, this guy's wild, wild,
It's
wild.
tricky.
That I did not expect. That is an interesting line. Unconventional, but hey, he's got 12 million. He's in second. He's playing for a lot of money. He's having fun. And here we go. King Jack, just a fist pump shove spot for that stack 9 blinds, and he is gonna get it through. As we are still 8-handed, lost 1 player, played to a winner today, 10K. GG Millions, Diego Ventura alongside Jeff Gross, your host every week. Back again. We'll have another big one. We're gonna have some special ones. WSOP Circuit main event coming up as well. That is the 31st when the series ends, and the 505 mil guarantee. I got to get in, man. I'm in Brazil. I got to fire and try to bag a stack there. This is I haven't streamed in forever. I'm gonna dust the cobwebs off. I might even fire up a stream.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a year probably. So I've been,
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I haven't streamed for a long time. Do the podcast, do the weekly show, and no streaming, man. But I want to do like the Jason Somerville, just 1 or 2 tables, fully focused, not this like 6-8 table, just like dial it in, and that seems to be the best results. How many tables do you play when you put an online session in?
I play 8. Most of the time 8. Yeah. Not huge skill as a multi-tabler. I mostly play 8, yeah, sometimes 9, but I think I start leaking. By 10 tables, I start playing worse. So try to keep it to 8. Yeah, very, very important situation for Mike Watson, because there is the other short now that he didn't take many spots. Now he's going to be the blind. And it's important he takes these spots because, like, there won't be a lot of gaps with these players opening so wide. Army and Focus, they will be taking most spots. So some key hands and some key situations where he's chipping up slowly. And I think that's really cool and important. Queen suited here is interesting too. I guess either call or jam, both are fine.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also interesting, we might want to check. Yeah.
Yeah, Young Money also playing a little more straightforward, right? If you have Army or Focus, you just realize could get a little dicey. They're going to take some semi bluffs. Young Money here doesn't get the dream card, doesn't pick up any additional equity, and just has Queen High. But maybe debating, does Mike ever check 10s plus? Probably not, right? So he recognizes this and he is going to attack. And man, now this is real poker, right? Mike Watson has a tough decision here. He does beat a lot of hands, but he decides, maybe the 10, not a great card to have either, just like in terms of like the semi-bluff hands that maybe are betting with the 10x. But I don't know. Any other considerations there? Are you surprised he folded, or is that just handcuffed?
It's just very tough because like you're going to commit a decent amount of your stack, and then you will want to, or it's very hard to call on the river just with ace high, right? Because you just don't have enough. I think in EV wise, you just don't have enough reasons to be calling there, as you don't know exactly what the leading strategy is going to be for Young Money. So I understand why he chooses to fold there, and yeah. So, but in the end of the day, you just wanna be, I guess, trying to guess if this guy is over bluffing or not on the turn. But anyways, it's just very tough. Anyways, I think it's just very tough. Yeah. So just kind of check and try to realize your equity, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen. He gets to bet a lot once we check, anyways, and these situations are just unfortunate. I think. I don't think there is much we can do.
Yeah, tough spot. Very tough. Also has the ace of clubs, but I mean, Yeah, just again block some of the draws and stuff, but it's not a lot of room to maneuver. You can't really call. Your opponent's going to fall through and bluff. You could just be in really really bad shape. So not a good spot. And here we go,
Yeah,
man. This is like this
yeah.
feels personal, Diego. I know we don't take the 4 agreements. You got to read that book if you haven't. It's a great book at home. Don't take things personally, but at some point, Army has to, you feel, take a stand. It's a suited wheel. It's the ace deuce. But like, man, you just, or you're just like, hey, I'm in second. I don't need to like take a shot. Second place is worth a lot of money, right? It's worth a lot. You're just in second. You're
So
cruising, and
yeah,
fold.
so this is interesting because this hand is very decent for a 4-bet jam or for a 4-bet non-all-in. But at the same time, if you 4-bet non-all-in, Focus might be thinking like, what are the hands that he's actually like trying to induce here with so many shorts, right? He's second in chips, so you know, it might be personal, it might be part of the strategy to just go crazy, sometimes that's the thing about poker is you might think someone is picking up on you, but the truth is that he's the chip leader and he gets to play more hands.
Yes, exactly. That is for sure. And again, good. He's in a good spot, right? 11 million, pretty
It's
clear
very
second
good, yeah.
place right now. Really worth a lot
Yeah,
of money.
exactly.
His stack's worth a
He
lot.
doesn't have to fight this player necessarily uh to chip up, and
Yep. This is what we could. This is the argument here. Oh, patient. Look at this. Dimitri finds an amazing spot. He's got no fold equity, but now he's at risk. Ace queen, ace king. He's going to get called. 4.2 million, important pot, but Dimitri has to hold, and this is not easy. Good flop, good start. Spade for a sweat. Nope, but this is a paired board. 3-6 for a chop, queen for a win, or Dimitri will get that double up. And look at
that's
this.
a chop.
It's a chop pot. Not everyone loves it. Some people do. And Dimitri, been so patient, finds the dream spot. That has got to hurt, right? That's a big difference to have 4 million right now. He is still in critical condition. 2 million blinds coming around, and Focus getting on his way. Young money, gotta like the spot, but there's a lot of hands behind, right? 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
this
4,
spot
5.
kind of sucks.
Tough. It's a tough spot
as well. It sucks because it's strange to 3-bet call against the chip leader when you are I guess he's fourth in chips now. So it's a tricky situation. Yeah, this is like the best scenario, right? When he falls, because if he goes all in, we're going to be risking our tournament when we are in a very decent position, and now it's more extreme, the ICM, because like there are more players ready to bust, right? So it's tough. So here I think Lemon House just want to go all in, for sure. Yeah, I don't think you can call either with sixes, so it's played.
It shows
well.
Army's playing wild, but like the fact that he snap folds shows like even though he's gambling, he's aggressive, he understands situations like that's not even a consideration.
Yeah, I agree. Focus, I think this is a good one to just put all the chips in. Like there are a lot of shorts. This guy has a lot of chips, but I think you just get to shove here, and it's going to be very hard for him to call when there is like a 2-6 blind players to talk.
Yeah, and this is Karma decides, hey, I've been patient, ace 10 off, 8-handed under the gun, gonna open.
Very important one.
Yeah, bottom of the range, but does go for it. Shows he's not afraid, and also probably recognizes his image. It's been very patient. Maybe get a little, some close spots to pass on playing against him. And here we go with King Jack off. Young money, very very eligible candidate to get play. Could 3-bet or flat, but I guess probably on this with the same stack, he may want to go towards a. I would think he could go either way. Either way, right? The short stacks, you kind of, you got to be pretty tight if you're Lemon House there, right? You don't want to mess around. But what do you like there?
Yeah, now it's interesting because now if we remember the other hand where he had like pocket tens, He had like 40 blinds. Now he has way less. That's like 24, 25. So I don't think we want to be flatting much. Maybe nothing. Maybe ace-10 suited. Very few hands. So it's kind of a risk, but also it's an understandable risk because like we've seen Lemon House play quite conservative, not willing to risk much. So maybe he's thinking, okay, so if this guy, maybe he's not going to put enough bluffs, maybe he's not going to put enough money in the pot, and maybe we just get to over realize the equity here. So it's reasonable when you just find I guess some logic arguments to go in and try a play that maybe is different from the theory.
Dimitri may get a shot at laddering here as we see the basically all in as Army for not a lot of chips, right? This is 2.27 blinds. Got players behind him, but likely just going to click the call button here, right? And run this one down. I think this is just a little too good. And Watson's a little too desperate with the stack size. And wow. Flats. I mean, folds. I mean, geez, shows he's like, he kind of, it sounds like he really understands ICM in a way, or just like his strategy is very clear on what he's doing. But wow. All right. Fair enough. And folds nines.
That's interesting.
And Lemon House with ace queen suited, my least favorite hand. This is a fun one. Already interesting spot. You got under the gun. It's against an aggressive player. What are you doing here, Diego? Ace queen suited. Just call?
I think we have to 3-bet, to be honest. I don't think we want to be calling here. It's very difficult to find the calls here. Our range is going to be basically what it's going to be ace queen, and what else? No, I guess it's jack suited or king queen. So I think we would just want to be 3-betting. He 4-bets. We might want to 5 jam, or maybe just fold. It's hard to say, but I would imagine we want to be calling here.
So ace queen suited, it turns top pair, and now checks around. Got to feel pretty good, but at the same time, you just like no money's got put in. You get some chips in, or let's see what Army if he goes for some. So like again, Lemon House has been content with these pots and spots. Like maybe you get called here by a weaker ace, right? I think you kind of have to bet.
Yeah.
Win like
I think
700, 600.
Especially when you have spades, you want to be betting the turn for sure. The player is not entirely capped, on the turn. So the Army player. So I think I would definitely put a bet on the turn. And now it's actually like weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of okay. So now what do we do, right? So it's so interesting. I guess what are we beating? What are his bluffs? Very, very tough to say.
I guess he has like somehow like a 10 in his hand. Does he have like 10? Like, but like what? It's like almost like it's just weird because it's like what draw? You have the nut flush draw. He never put chips in the pot the whole way and patiently just goes for the check raise when it doesn't look. I mean, it's just a crazy hand. This is insane. It feels like you're beat, right? But like it's also just so crazy.
Yeah.
This is sick.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This doesn't seem like a well, now we're just guessing, but I think it's very hard to be bluffing here in general.
That's what I'm saying. I think I'm beat. I hate ace queen. I would probably just check the river. That's in this situation, just because I'm so gun shy of stuff like this, and this guy's so erratic or so wild. But like a bet folding feels terrible too, right? This is
the situation we were talking about. Like it's kind of tricky to flat because like okay, so we make a big sizing on the river, and like what are our bluffs? Like what are we bluffing here? Like.
Does he check the? I mean, it's a super advanced check though. Like if we're value, it's like such a wild check that like based on how Lemon House plays, to think that he's gonna go for like a bet on the river as well here. You know what I mean? It's like this is the most fun mini game we've had. This hand right here is the sickest hand by far. I'm lost.
Yeah, I like this.
I feel like he's beat. I feel like he's beat, but I don't know, man. Like you can't blame him for calling, but like what is he beating? Yeah, like why is this guy put no chips in and now he's just like putting 4 million in on the river when he like has just one bet in pre-flop? Right? He's got 600K invested. He's just gonna rip in 4.2 million. I don't know, man. Audience, 1 for a bluff, 2 for value. What do you think? I think he's got it.
This is like so cool. It's like you just fall and the guy just shows you like 6-5 off or something.
Yeah, you fold, I'll show you a bluff. You call, I'll show you the nuts. That feels like this spot. I don't like it. I don't like his position.
Now he's going for the emoji. That's like, is that like more value heavy or is that?
He did it.
Took a long time.
This is sick.
I think he has it, but this is the trick about poker. Like exactly with the moment where you just feel so confident about him having it.
Oh, the 8-9, yeah, the 8x, the 8-9 there. I guess all the 8x suited makes sense. Yeah, I felt like he had it. I would have folded. I went on record there. I didn't like it, but like that's such a sick hand, man. Army, you're a gangster. That is to have the discipline to check that river and then get the check raise. Like that is a massively well played hand. I mean, that is sick.
So
what a run out.
This is the thing we were saying, right? Like, so Army is noticing that, like, you know, what other hands this guy is going to have that is not ace jack or ace queen, you know, that he's going to be betting. So if he bets himself, like, you know, what is he going to target that might not bet?
Yo, this guy is MVP,
himself.
Man. He is MVP. He is just absolutely savage. I think Focus and Army are my favorite 2 poker players on the internet right now. I don't know who they are exactly, but they are absolutely wild, and I am loving every bit of it. Yeah, I thought he had it myself. That was a wild hand, man. 10-6 suited. Like, what book of where? I mean, and the thing is though, like it doesn't seem like blind aggression. He's folding 9s for 8 blind early. He's folding spots that are close, and then he's just going for it. Like the guy's he's got moxie. He's got game. And here we go. Focus Nick would have looked this all in up, but Sir Watts 8s can't pass it up for this stack. He goes for it. Focus now for 2.4 million. Gonna fold, I think. Oh wow. Call Sir Watts in a good spot, but has to fade a lot. A lot going on here. So far, so good. How do great players win tournaments? Can he really fade an ace, a queen, a 10, a 7? Can he do it? Some guys can do it. He did it, right? That is a scary looking board for 8s, but look at this. GG's. Focus doesn't lose too much. Still 18 million, and Sir Watts has emerged to 6 million, a threat, a powerhouse, a perennial threat. This is a new game, 7 left, and we are seeing quite some poker. Diego, this is a treat. I'm excited to be here. Honestly, this has been quite
it's getting better. It's getting more exciting now. You know, in 1 hand or in 10 hands, we're going to be the blinds. Oh, the blind just changed, I think, actually. So now it's getting more, you know, players just need to play more hands. And yeah, we have 2 very aggressive players with a lot of chips. So that's very interesting.
Is there any other way? It just feels like it has to be Focus and Army. I mean, I'm a huge Mike Watson fan. Went to his wedding in Greece. Him and his wife and my wife, very good friends. Sarah, I'm sure you're watching. Hello. And Mike Watson, just a great guy, great player. But I just feels right. These 2 guys have absolutely battled out here. Army, his name is fitting. And Jack 10 is going to run into the buzzsaw here. Queens not going to be getting out of the way. Like, see if small 3-bet or... I think there's
this is an interesting spot. Like, the question is, we want to induce this hand, you know, when there are 3 players that have, or maybe 4 players that have less stack than us. Like, you know, when Focus jams, he's going to be jamming a lot of ace-x that are going to have some equity against us. So. He took the inducing line, which is obviously okay. but that's like some interesting questions we want to be asking ourselves. Okay. Okay, this might be interesting. What do we want on the turn? A deuce?
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, top set, king 3-5 rainbow army. Hello. Checks it over. Of course he does. Focus, the ace queen. He's got a decent kind of hand to maybe against this range. Does he want to start? Does he just give up? He's not a give up guy though. I feel like he's got to take a shot. He blocks like ace king, right? He's got, king queen even. He's sort of blocked. So yeah, it just seems like a good spot to be betting. And army, does he have it? Does he have the Johnny Chan Seidel? Does he just call? Is he just gonna walk the dog here, let the 10 come or an ace? No, he's gonna click it, tries to get the money going here. Maybe cooler's opponent, set over set, maybe aces, maybe ace king, and somehow he just gets his guy for a huge pop. But what do you think? Do you have to call there? Or is it just too important to get the money going? I think you would call, right?
So basically, the way I think about these spots is like when we bet, we are betting because we expect players to. I don't think this hand is a bet, but when we bet, it's because we expect players to mostly check call, and they don't check raise enough. If they would check raise enough, we want to check back. So when I take this line, I would just rather fold because, if not, I would be kind of contradicting myself. The reason why I decided to bet. And then if we decide to check, it's because we're facing a player that might be sticky or might be aggressive enough that we just don't get to bet with this hand. So if I bet, I would just bet folding. Yeah. Also, it's these are the players that they both have a high risk premium against each other. So there's not a lot of room, or not room, but need to battle for big pots here. It's quite disadvantageous for focus, I think.
Yep, and pretty predictable here, the raise, right? The deuce 3 off with the player going to be polarized with his best hands and worst hands. Deuce 3, one of the worst, of course, and he does go for it. Sir Watts, tough hand to call. Check call out position. You're going to get bluffed. They're be put in some tough spots. Not when you flop trip jacks, jack 6. And this is one type of board where, Army definitely is going to likely continue a story here on the jack 6, realizing it's very difficult for Mr. Watson to have a huge hand. I guess he does have some traps maybe, but ultimately he is going into the nuts here. And Sir Watts, does he have any other plan besides check call? Just thinking maybe it looks bluffy to check raise. Maybe his opponent, if he does have a value hand, might stick on, and he does go for the check raise.
Yeah, I think both plays are reasonable. Very good. What?
Wow. Oh shit.
He just floats with nothing. So that's interesting. Yeah, now it's just street poker for both, I guess.
Deuce 3. I mean, this this is like a highlight reel. This show is the GGMillions, the highlight reel, and now he flats Deuce 3 off and then doesn't go for it on the turn. What is going on, Diego? I mean, do you slip one more to him? Do you think you slip one more? Do you have to or no? Because maybe he just figures like 7. No, I think you got to bet, right? It's like he has 7s, he has a6, he has some type of value hand here. Sometimes it's trying to just get the cheap showdown. So he's got to bet, right? He's not expecting the deuce 3. So he does go big here. He does go big.
Yeah, I think checking is okay actually with 2-3. He decides to float, and then if the other player just checks twice, he puts a bet. But
that's what I was saying. I'm asking about Sir Watts. Do you think that like checking the river is like that might be maybe?
No, I think maybe betting is small. Maybe betting is small. Yeah, I think. Or he also chose a sizing that is fine. So, I think yeah. I think any of those plays are going to be fine. But I wouldn't be checking, to be honest. No, I think he's going to have enough 6x and ace-x that he's going to be checking back instead of just betting himself.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. Exactly. Some hands he's just trying to like just trying to pick it up and maybe has some showdown, wants to get cheap to the river. Sir, don't look now. Mr. Watts, 8.8 million. I mean, he is in the dance floor and he's got guys flicking chips around. So he's got to be licking his chops, realizing he's going to have a decent opportunity to potentially take this thing all the way down. And he does min raise 4 is interesting there as well. Kind of realizing, I think, on Lemon House's big blind, there's other very short stacks. Probably Lemon House going to play pretty conservative here and not get out of line with these other very similar stacks and huge pay jumps.
Yeah.
And this is a tricky one. Queen Jack off to open. You got an aggressive player on your left, and this is, he's going to get some resistance here. Likely a flat. I guess Army could 3-bet too, how he plays, but
Yeah, I like the flat here.
that'd be my first.
This hand is, yeah, I think a bit too strong to be, I mean, too strong to just 3-bet fall.
Wow. Wow. Young Money with a massive flop. And
That's my guy. That's my guy, Young Money.
that is your spot. And he has got himself a fantastic spot with trips versus top pair. And then Army, who knows, the wild card Army could just start going nuts. And he does. Like, I mean,
yeah, this is a similar situation as the ace queen, where this hand never wants to bet, but again, like if players are just falling too much, or maybe not check raising enough, you just put a bet and just kind of see the turn on the river cheaply. And yeah, it's an interesting situation for Mike. I guess you just want to fall here. Like, it's hard to, I mean, we need to think about what are the bluffs that Young Money is going to be trying to use here, and I don't even know if he's going to be using flash draws as a raise.
Yeah, that exactly on the paired board with the raise and a flat, and he's out of the blinds. Like, is he really just ripping a ace, like some random flush draw raising there? I doubt it. Like,
yeah. And you see, like, this is a 3-way pot that he won, and he has a big stack now. Like, he's ready to fight now. Just picking up this pot was like very important, and I think that's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, reference in the chat, dirty diaper. Little shout out there to the man with deuce 3 off. Maybe there's something to do with that. Maybe,
yeah.
This guy Army is quite a player. I mean, he really is. He's showing a lot of moxie, a lot of tricks. Focus also very aggressive, but Army's got an interesting style. That 9's hand shocked me that he folded though, just because his stack and like it was under the gun, short, and look how that's transpired. Like that would have been a flip, and now he's got Watson sort of in his personal space, caused him a little bit of a hard time. He just had 20 million a second ago, down to 15. So, I mean, huge stack. He's tied for the chip lead, actually the chip leader by $1 million, but, up stuck a decent amount from his peak.
Yeah. I guess Lemon House here is just trying to use his image and finding the raise there. But how do you see this spot, Jeff? Ace 10 off. I think I would fold 2, like it.
Yeah, a lot of notes. I'm making notes. Going to be some clips and highlights from this one. That's for sure. That ace queen hand was sick. The 8-9 suited. That was an awesome hand.
That was really, really nice. And it was so cool that it was especially in the minigame scenario, right? We just had to guess what Army might have there. Queen 10 of snap folds. This is, how many blinds is this? This is like 7. Yeah, something like 7. I guess we just want to go in there with Queen 10 off, maybe.
Yeah, ace 10 suited, pretty good spot for the jam. Not rocket science, and no decision for focus. No decision. Young Money up to a nice healthy stack. Really three very healthy stacks. We got 2 really short stacks, and then Sir to Sir Watson Lemon House. Sir Watts actually a little more comfortable. He's sitting on 20-ish blinds, just over 20 blinds. And focus, Queen 5 off. I've not seen a lot of limp pot blind on blind. The style really has been like attack.
True. These are, I think, like where when you see this blind on blind, you see a lot of opportunities, right? Many players are using different strategies, and there are many opportunities to take some pots. Whether you are the open raiser or the caller, or the player who is in position out of position, they both have very, very good opportunities.
My man here, I don't know, has he played a pot? Has Nola actually played one pot? I don't know if he's seen a flop.
Yeah,
like he's definitely not got dealt in. He's not got many good hands, that's for sure.
Yeah, tough spot for him with the ace-9 off there. I think you just have to find the shove, but I can see why he folded. It's just a tough situation. You see, there is a lot of money up top. You just don't want to take these spots that look close.
Right, you come this far. Probably the biggest spot of his life. I mean, not many. It's $1 million up top, right? It's not every day you get that spot, and like just to go in, you tell your friends and family, yeah, you ace-9 off. I shoved all in. It's kind of like, all right, like it's a tough one to report back to the crew. But wow,
this
and patience going to pay off. Potentially still has to fade, but a good spot, no overs and queens. Turn card dealer. Little sweat, not a big one, but 5 outs isn't nothing. As we see their results fan out on the side, and it is another ace, and queens gonna double up. So look at that, folds ace-9, gets a great spot. Karma is in world of hurt now. Basically has until the blind, right? It's got just over 2 blinds, and look at this. Army understands this. He's a 6-2 suited. He's ready to go, ready to put pressure on. Knows that no one wants to tango, right, for that pay jump spot. 7-6 is just immediately available if you just kind of sit out for a few hands. And Karma also gonna jack deuce off. Yeah, he knows he's got to get it in soon, but this is not the prettiest of hands. Although it is folded to him, it is jack high, and it is 2 big blinds. But
I think we want to fold here, even though we have 2 blinds. We definitely wanna. Well, not definitely, but I think it's a fold.
Yeah, I would fold. And Sir Watts, though, this is
an interesting one, yeah.
Probably limp, but also you understand what's happening here. Army's going to be raising so much.
So I think Army, this hand, I think he wants to put it on the check, or maybe because of the ICM situation, maybe he just wants to just put all the chips. I don't like this much. But again, this is always going to depend on how the player builds his strategy, right? For example, if Mike notices that he's going to be doing this way too much, he might just want to jam and something like that.
The sizing was interesting, actually. It looked really strong.
Yeah, it was very small, right?
Yeah. Yeah, ace-8 suited here. I mean, this is a bit problematic for Mike Watts. I wonder if he ever jams here, just because, yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to, like, wow, he's going to get unlucky, but could he get lucky? 13 million in the middle, ace-8 suited tens. Army has his man in a world of hurt. Can he fade 2 cards? Clean turn, needs only, you know what, the space. The case, is it the no, it is a non-ace. I think it's a 4. Yeah, there it is. 4 GG to Mr. Mike Watson. And wow, Karma clicks fold and gets a 60K drop off there. So that is what a day. An Army, though, now with, again, a license to go to town, is got the King 5 suited. I'll tell you what, you may make dinner plans early, Diego. This is a guy with 26 million and ready to lift off on his competition. Some short stacks. We might get that match we talked about.
Army is your guy,
right? Yes. We set a dinner wager, right? Flights included. Peru's got great food. Maybe I'll bring my wife. We fly in to Peru, night out in the town, dinner. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about my spot. Still a long way to go, though.
You never know.
You just don't know. You never know. It's true.
It's very unfortunate situation for Karma. Like he took basically just one spot and then it went really wrong. So kind of sucked that he didn't get to play many hands, and the one he
Still
played
in
was
to the
disastrous.
river. It feels tough,
Yeah.
but he did it. He doubled. It's not over, my man. It is not over.
Yeah, we
It
didn't
really
get
is
to see
not.
many of his tricks.
Yeah, that's true. How you said you know him fairly well?
No, I mean I just play with him sometimes, but not fairly well. Huh?
Look at this. Nines. I mean, against the Jack 6 off, and he could be on his way into a decent spot. 3.4 in the middle. I mean, it seems, how could you not win? But it's hard, right? There's one over, there's
Yeah.
backdoor hearts, straights.
Oh.
Jeez, it's just such a cruel game. It really is.
Poker rewards the bolt.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Army's just kind of clicking around there, right? It seems like Army's so aware of the situation and the stack sizes and what's happening. He doesn't care about that stack, and like no one else wants to play. And then, you know, he gets in a spot where he's actually super dominant and he somehow wins. And, you know, Focus was picking on Army a lot. Does it get returned? The favor here, ace 3 off with the 3 million stack. Does he go up here to 2.4? Does he just 2.8 put the pressure on?
Yeah, I think this is actually a good situation and a decent hand to do this. But you know, we see some dynamics here where Army is now he's very big, and he probably knows also that he can just open raise and open jam quite often. That he doesn't want to take this spot, you know, and that's I think that's very reasonable as well.
Yeah, likely going to get check shoved here. Of course, whole cards up, easier to see, but does flop very well. Short stacked, has the backdoor and a middle pair. Hard to make a pair. No limit Texas Hold'em. The game we're playing tournament poker, 600 plus entries, and we are under 5
All
remain. Right. 943 up top, 10s, 6s. Hello. Let's see. 5, 10s to 6s. Could be down to 4 pretty quick. Going to queue up the giveaway for you guys once we hit 4-handed. Will it be now? Not necessarily. Hold it. Hold the thought. Hard, of course. Possible chop. 8 would make a straight. Action. Jackson. River is, oh my goodness. Oh, it looked like it could have been an 8, but 6 is, my man.
This is painful.
That is a bink right there. And no Ola, just been quiet. Gets a couple hands. All of a sudden, he's up to 9.6 million. And Lemon House is on his way out. Very short, not over, but in dire straits. We saw how hard it is to come back when you get that short. It's up to luck. And here we go. Jack 10 going to open. King 9 likely, you know, gets a good price here actually against the player who's playing so wide. Wow, he folds.
Yeah, I don't like this. It's probably too tight.
Yeah, just because like the risk premium, you're so much shorter than everybody else. Like you're gonna have to put a spot. You maybe get the extra money in the middle. You're against a wide range. I would have liked to see that go in, but hey,
yeah, we have seen before Army open like Jack 6 off, so you kind of know that with King 9, we're still dominating some hands. I mean, look at this hand. So definitely we don't want to be folding King 9 there. I'll be back really quick.
Okay, Diego going to take a quick break. We are 5-handed. I'm going to cue the giveaway, guys. Again, I want to remind you my, it's not the right link. Jeff Gross Poker on Twitter. You can go see the live now. Giving a $50 cash giveaway away. Try to get the link for you again. I did post it earlier, and good luck to everyone who entered in the jackpot. Hands up, guess the winning hand that is on the YouTube chat. In and out throughout the day. So that is something you can win the jackpot. I believe 750 Canadian at the moment. You have to guess the exact suits of the hand, what the winning hand will be today. And then the third will be a giveaway, either $50 or $100, depending on who wins. I think Army is part of the $100 contingent. So going to be a favor. You got to hit the thumbs up button. And look at this, 3-4, super short. Could have got it in King 9. And now still live though, 3-4 flops. The Gin flop has to fade a King. Only an ace would make him a straight, and it is not paint. Nice double up 3-4, finds his way in. Still in. A lot of work to do. get that giveaway in for you guys. I will find it.
All right. On the double.
Yeah, he got 3-4 versus Ace King and got it
Nice.
done. I'm gonna put my Twitter post for $50 for you guys, and then we will do our giveaway. I'll put the keyword in soon. You guys, the thumbs up. This has been a very enjoyable final table. Do appreciate Diego taking the time today, but you're a little more relaxed, right? Everything's a little cleaner, easier when you got the bracelet. Like you got a little more chill in your step. You know, it's got to feel good, man. I got to say, I don't have bracelet envy. I just oh, here we go. 4s to King 6. Sweat lemon house to get back in it. King 6 to 4s. That's a set.
He's
Needs
back.
runner, and he's got a shot. It's never over till it's over. River card dealer. It is a safe. 4.4 still in. But what was I saying? Yeah, I got second in 2011 in the 5K shootout. 6-6 stuff was like right there, and then haven't got one since. Have some final tables, but it does got to feel good, man. I'm happy. I'm always happy when people get it, and I play a lot last few years, having 2 kids, and I try to get out there, play some events, but it's hard. It's hard to win. Players are good, got to run good, big fields. No one's giving it away, so it's nice to get that. How old are you, Diego?
Yeah, I agree, definitely. This is I am 33. I'm actually turning 34 tomorrow.
Oh wow!
So
happy birthday.
Thank you. And yeah, like something I said when I won this tournament is that this is actually the first tournament, the first live tournament that I've ever won.
Wow!
And I had a big score in like 2015, but I've been playing quite regularly for many years, and this is my first win, so it's just very happy.
Well, I'll tell you who's not happy is Lemon, who gets Ace King, got short. And again, it's hard once you get short to get it going. And
you just get cooler, but the same guy that bad beat you. So
sick, so sick. 13 million. That feels a bit personal. It's not how it goes. And 13 mil, 4 left. I'm going to cue the giveaway. The key word is going to be GGPoker space Diego, and then space your GGPoker username. It's a good time to get a $50 or $100 GGPoker ticket. Will be their cash game for $50 or a tournament for $100, and that is the keyword: GGPoker space Diego space your GGPoker username. I'm putting that instructions in the chat. Insert poker GG name or a friend's if you can't play in the jurisdiction, right? If you can't you can still put a username, put a friend's, gift it, give it, take a piece, give it to them. And we are still four-handed. That is it. GG Poker space Diego space your GG Poker username, as we are four-handed playing to a winner. Army has got a massive amount of chips, and Focus feels like would be the most equipped to fight, even though no Ola has a little more chips. I think that his style is going to be a little bit. It's a lot to overcome. I think Army's just a little too aggressive, and here Young Money actually the shortest stack. They can risk premium lowest, 4th place, locked up a nice healthy score, and 10 Jack gonna get folds a lot. Probably a very reasonable shove. Does go for a small 3-bet. 4th place guaranteed 435,000. 100K pay jumps up for grabs. 728 to second, 943 up top, and there we go. Diego, it's time.
All right.
There it is. Ace 9. That is your hand. How are you playing?
You can just call, to be honest. I don't. This is the kind of hand that, when we jam, we're going to get called by better. We want to keep worse hands in players' range, so we just call. Yeah. Here this is interesting. So we might want to bet or check. Both are reasonable, but it's very hard for Young Money to have any 7s, and we're supposed to have quite a lot of them. So maybe just betting is also very nice. He's not very incentivized to be betting so often on the flop. So just gonna get some value, some protection. Army could have find the bet there. Now it's tricky. I guess we can just make a very, very small sizing or check. And maybe like 10% or check. They both seem reasonable. I think this is a little bit too big for this hand.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blocker bet. I mean, I guess like what clubs miss, you have a club. The 8x, what 8x is young money betting on the flop, but then he could just have somehow like 10 jack, or that makes sense. 10 jack, king 6. Wow. Gets very nice value bet.
Yeah, so this is quite kind of a aggressive c bet, I would imagine, in that board. Yeah, he found the call, which also it was kind of marginal, I think. And yeah, this is such a dream spot because you have at least one player that is not fighting much, and there is a lot of money. You have a big stack. This is just such an amazing spot to be in, with players that maybe are very cautious because of how much money you're playing for. So these final tables are really interesting because they trigger a different emotional dynamic, I guess, in players, and you just get a lot of opportunities because of that. It's hard to train that part of the game,
Is this the time? Oh wow, Army he doesn't take that. He's not going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not suited, but like
it's just probably not worth, right? Like if he takes that one, if that one is wrong, he's just taking so many pots with no showdown. Let's say he mistakes on this one, he's going to go to like 18 million. The other guy is gonna go to 28 million or 27. He's going to lose the chip lead. He probably thinks that there is no point on doing that when you just can just open sometimes and just give money to take the money of the other guy. So
right, very low,
quite
variance,
reasonable
right.
when you are like the massive chip leader.
This guy Focus has been super active though. He's really 3-bet relentlessly throughout. Chip leader, not chip leader, like he's attacked this guy.
Yeah, this is the interesting part, and I think it takes a lot of confidence, right? Because you might think, oh, this guy is probably going to jam on me a lot because he's noticing that I'm 3-betting him so much and things like that. And you might want to over adjust. So this goes a lot about what we're saying about the dynamics, what's the feeling in the moment, because maybe it's right to over adjust, maybe it's not. It's just hard to say. So
wow, young money pulling the trigger here. Whoa. Down to 3. I mean, Army just seems to have all the moves, man. He just knows what's going on, where he's at, what's happening, what he's perceived. Like he is putting on an absolute clinic right now.
Yeah, he's playing very well.
Yeah, and I mean now 11 million a pop, and young money is super short with 3 million. So Focus and no Ola gonna have to be a little more respectful of the situation too, because it is a real jump, right? We're talking, it's $128,000 basically between fourth and third. $500,000 score, not easy to come by, and there it is, King 9, Ace 5. So reasonable hands, blind on blind, big pot. Situationally, Ace 5 off to a good start, and no sweat turn. 100%. This thing kind of shakes out well for Army as well, right? Just kind of puts the other guys closer together.
Yeah, it's great for him because he gets to develop some open jumps. He's not doing that yet.
Wow.
This is interesting because he's just going to raise, and Ola might want to just 3-bet non-all-in, and then when he does that, it's very, very close for nines actually. Because his 3-betting range is going to be like jacks plus or something like that.
He might just shove based on how he plays. Like okay, no,
yeah, this hand is a bit too strong. Wow, he's not false. I love it.
This guy's a genius. This guy is actually like I'm telling you, this guy's my hero.
Yeah, I wish I would be that good to just be confident, just not fall against like Ola there. This is so good. This is interesting because a lot of this happens a lot. There is this tendency where like you just get to 400 and players just want to play more hands, even though there is less dead money in the pot. And when there is like 9 players left, no one wants to play.
Yeah.
And now you just kind of play for less dead money, but players just kind of they want to take their spots because like you know, they will be in the blinds more often. So you see a lot of more movement from the players in general.
Jason Parker and my man SBX 2.0, you're exactly right. That is the definition of the matrix. That is the definition of being in the zone, and he is locked in. He snap folded. Diego, he didn't use a second.
Yeah.
Four-handed nines chip leader. Just instantly. I mean, you can't be more in the zone like the
Yeah.
net. Like, didn't even consider flatting or any other option. I mean, and then meanwhile, he's 6'10", suited, 3-betting versus players. He's, you know, I mean, this guy, I want this guy on as a guest on the show, man, as well. This guy's like legit. This is real.
Yeah.
This is real.
I
This is
think
high level.
he has a well developed read on this player apparently, and then it's what I've been mentioning. Like you just gotta be confident on what's the profile you are giving to a player, and then just act from that, right? And that's the trick about the game, you know. It's just like because if you mind wanna play tricks against you, might be thinking, oh, maybe now he's seen me play so much, maybe now he's going to adjust, maybe now he's going to try to attack me. But you know, some players do, some players don't. So it's always a dance, and that's kind of the beauty of the game.
Focus Nick has taken this little big split, like trash hands, and made some 3-bets. I mean, again, he's in a tough spot though. He's basically tied for 4th, and you know, it's like again, Queen 5. It's just like, yeah, sure, you could take a spot, but like, yeah, ultimately, really kind of handcuffed there to do much other than fold. What's up, Keith? Appreciate the comments. Good to see you guys in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Again, you can, sorry, Diego, to cut you off. Just want to make sure you guys get those giveaways in before the end of the show, as we have 3 pending. The hands up, that is a pinned comment that was up earlier. I think you guys still have time to get that in until it's heads up. For today, that is a jackpot. You got the Twitter on mine, Jeff Gross Poker. You can hit the retweet button. Diego, I don't know if you saw that. You could retweet maybe as well. Get some people in here for the end of the show, as we have a very special one today. And then, of course, we have the Diego Space, or GG Poker Space Diego Space, your username on GG, and that will be a $50 or $100 ticket. So 3 active ticket giveaways. You got to hit the thumbs up to be on the 3rd. So good luck. 93 of you so far out of 1,400 watching. I know we can do better than that. Hit that thumbs up on YouTube if you're enjoying today. I know we appreciate the time from Diego. And look at this. No Ola. Could he misstep? But I don't know. He's cautious. Does he want to just limp fold when he gets raised? Does he ever just like overplay this? He does start with the limp, so that's good news for him to start. This feels unfair, though. For Army.
Right.
Wow, like overplay, misstep, and now he's got 2 outs for a deuce on the river, or we are going to have an actual blowout here, and that is what has transpired. Army has literally just wiped out the field. He's got 48 million to 12 million. He has a 4-1 lead on the other 2 players combined, 3-handed. This is not a lead that we have seen before on the GG Millions. Not quite like this. This is absolutely wild. And Young Money decides, hey, I got to take this one. And there's a 3. I wonder if he shoves there. If he ace-8's too good.
That's such an amazing spot for him, right? Like to take that spot, because now you're basically fighting for second, you know, and you just don't want to be you don't want to be playing many pots, but at the same time, you know, that's kind of a dream spot to go in. Now he has almost double. Wow, he folds like Queen 6 off. What? We've seen something interesting about Army, that he's not using a lot of he's just min racing all the time. He's not using a lot of open jams. He doesn't want to.
He plays so fast. It's almost like he's trying to puppet them to even again. Like he doesn't want to like misstep and like double. Like he just wants to like keep them close and like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's like he's got this like really advanced sort of strategy in a way. It feels like on this stuff, man. I've actually not seen quite the style and the delivery of like what he's done here. Like it's just very methodical. Like even here, A7 off. I guess yeah, he's probably just gonna rip it, right? But like still, uh,
Yeah, you can rip it, or you can even trigger fold there. I think it will be fine.
yeah, make it 3 million, 3.5, like small. Doesn't
I
have to go
think just
big. You know, he's out of position.
2.6, yeah, 2.7, whatever. Yeah, he folds. He's very cautious because he is basically what we said, right? Like he gets to just steal the blind so much that he's not taking like any spot that seems close for him, I guess. He's probably thinking that these players are way tighter that they are actually playing. And you know, he's not necessarily wrong.
If you're watching the stream, you could definitely exploit this a little bit. I mean, I guess at some point you're too short for focus, right? 4 million, not like much you're doing, but you know, like it's interesting to see his strategy and how he's playing cautiously.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just chipping up slowly and yeah.
Queen 5, A7, Queen 3. Here we go again. A7 likely just gets it's getting, man, that gets tight there to risk it in there with the guy with 3.7. I guess you just got to do it though, right? First in, and it's close.
Yeah, I think it's actually great because you kind of widen the gap between you and him. So you know, the wider the gap is, the most likely the other player gonna play third, and you are going to secure a longer time being second. So it's kind of great for him.
All right, well,
to get these beautiful hands
too small. And again, he doesn't even mind because it's like doubles, gets them even. It's whatever. A3 is live. Heart draw all of a sudden to beat heads up, and that is going to turn it close to over. Still has to fade a king or a 5. And the way he's running, I don't think he's got too much to worry about.
All right, it's over 6.
That is G. Heads up, the lead, the man. He is on his way to being the GG Millions champion, WSOP circuit edition of.
I'm alive.
Okay, and you are alive. It's not over, but I like his chances here. The way he plays, I don't see him forfeiting this lead. But hey, it's never over until it's over. We've seen it all. Let me queue up and pick a winner. And I'm going to get a winner here in a second. And 3. So we will announce it here. Get you the winner for that. Again, Twitter is still live. That is a tweet that I have on my Jeff Goes Poker. I think I put it up a few times, so you guys can still do it. Diego, we got 60 people have entered that, so it's a $50 giveaway. Nice. 60 people eligible right now. Another one, 50. You've got the jackpot. Winning hand. You want to pick it for fun? Make a guess today. I'm going to say King Jack
Me?
off. King of Hearts, Jack of Clubs. What do you think's the winning hand today?
I think 3-5 of hearts.
3-5 of hearts. Okay, there's our guesses, but it doesn't count unless you go to the thread, put it in. Good luck to those guessing for the progressive jackpot. Don't believe anyone's hit it, and we are still heads up, 8 million to 52. Anyone's game. Queen 6, 7, 8 are the hands. Queen 6 in the lead. Queen 7 off is the computer hand. That's the dead middling hand in heads up play, and that is going to work there for Young Money. Going to win it. Still in it. One double would make it a little interesting. Right now, he's got a ton of work to do. About a 6-1 and 6.5 to 1.
15 blinds. Yeah.
Deuce 6 off versus Jack 9 suited, and Jack 9 is got himself top and bottom. The missionary, good spot.
Yeah, I think a bit too loose when the other guy has so many chips, you know? Like, he's going to be having hands that...
The limp call board here, right? This is like the exact range his opponent's going to have, like the million. I don't like that hand at all. Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah. I think Young Money, he wants to play, he wants to fight back. He's been losing a lot of pots, and then unfortunately, he's picking some spots where the other guys also, having good hands. And this also happened with the Ace 9 when he had King 6 and some other the Ace 5. When Army had like King 8, and he had some situations there where he just wanted to chip up and just wasn't possible.
And I actually misspoke because I think there was a winner, and I think I might have said, I thought I said Sir Watts won, but the only winner ever, interestingly enough, of a Super Million title was Focus Nick, who has won this season. He did win the season 3, which is 2023 Super Million. So Focus Nick was our only winner. Sir Watts does have, I believe, 6 final tables season 1, 6 in season 2, and 1 in season 3. So 13 final tables, but no wins. Shows you how hard it is to win, right? We were just talking about your World Series bracelets. Like, to actually win tournaments, not easy. And here we will have a new GG Millions champion today, no matter what. It will be Army or Young Money, representing the respective countries. And 4-8 suited versus Ace Queen of Clubs. 4-8 key card in there. Let's see if he starts getting saucy. Probably does bet. And again, the board run out.
Again.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate for Young Money because like he has the hand that kind of wants to bluff, and then he gets a turn where it becomes really close to do so.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's just going to be it, right? He's just going to rip it in there, I guess. I mean, I guess those are, it's like, it's got 3 million, he can't even call.
Now, get 3-5 of hearts and no.
Yeah.
Okay.
King Jack, 3-5 of hearts. That's our guess. He's got to get the suits right, though. You got the suits. I said heart and club. Good luck at home. Giveaways are queued. The winner, I am going to go ahead and actually put that in. There it is. I'm going to give you $100 for that. $100 GG tournament ticket.
Wow.
Boom. And 8-7 suited. There's a winner. 7S. Congrats on your win. We will get that over to you. If there's anyone pending from winners before, apologize to the delay on the tickets for GG. We had some technical difficulties. We did get it sorted out. King Jack, wrong. Almost the right suits, but different player. He's got calls a Jack Deuce. Formality at this point, such a short stack, but Deuce needs to end it. And it doesn't feel like he could just kind of do it like that, right? That would be a little over the top, a little just like too ridiculous of like no adversity ever. Won't be there. King High going to double up. Not over yet. Congrats to the winner.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone hitting the thumbs up. And again, we are not done yet, but pretty close to it. It is a big lead. About 19-1, 18-1, right? I guess what? 4 million to 656. So call it 14-1, 14-1 lead. Deuces, chipping up, hanging in. Queen Jack, Queen 7. Computer hand, and this is actually a spot where
it's quite the standard.
Yeah, needs a 7 or a
never
runners.
Easy.
Never easy. Peels extra, and we aren't going to get a winner yet. It is not over. 11 million, Diego. It's going to be too smooth, too quick.
What's the jackpot price?
It's progressive. Every week it goes up 50. I believe it's like $750 right now. Is the
wow.
But you gotta click on the link that was earlier posted, the hands up, and then go through the thread and guess there. It's not enough to say it or type it in the chat here. And we are.
That's cool.
That is every week. And again, the tweet is live.
Army is starting to weaken up a bit. He started to find some faults that are not faults. But something I noticed is that he's just not going all in enough, in general, like even from the 400, from the 500, 300. And now, he had like hand like 10-5 off. He just folded for like no reason. So this hand could be a limp, could be a raise. I think it's never fold. So I think it's interesting to see, it's what I was mentioning before, where it's about the dynamic for him apparently in some situations where he just lost a couple of limbs and he's just like, I'm just going to fold here to kind of cool off and see how do I adapt again, something like that.
Yeah, this is actually the perfectly imperfect scenario. He's got the hand with the 6. He decides to start bluffing. You know, it's pretty interesting bluff, and he's got opponent flops the wheel, and now with he just decides to give up. Okay, he didn't go the distance. Ace 3 suited has the straight. I mean, it's heads up poker, right? This is still relatively speaking the nuts, although the board does pair, possible flush. He has ace of hearts, got to go for some bet here, and does do that. And chipping up 14 mil, 3-1, right? It was literally just 14 to 1. So new game, got a little serious all of a sudden. I'm counting my wager before it was over. It's definitely not over. King 3, King 10. Look at this. Wow, nice check back though. Army gonna slow it down a little. Young Money's got a 10. He's got top pair, gut shot, starts betting. And if you're Army, this is a bit of an unconventional line. Decides to check and then bet. I guess just a lot of draws.
Similar. Yeah, similar to what we saw before when he had like King 4. And also, yeah, like Young Money used a sizing that is a bit too small, I think, for the holding. I think I would have like seen him betting
He may
something
value
closer
on
to pot
himself
or
here.
maybe overbet. Yeah.
He may value on himself, although he doesn't have a diamond. Diamonds come in, 10 jack, other 2 pairs, kicker issues he does, and this is gonna cost him here as well. I mean, there's no way he's folding King for that size. Of course not. Top pair.
Yeah, no way against this sizing.
And Army's gonna see the bad news. Little surprised by the bet. I guess it's heads up. It's top pair, but I don't know. Maybe it's not crazy bet, but 2-1, 14-1, 2-1. Hold yourself at home. It's not over. There's a lot at stake, and this is actually a $215,000 heads up match. So
yeah, it's a huge one. It's probably goes check.
Yeah. King 4. And does check. King, Queen, still best hand. Although if you're Young Money, you kind of start thinking about hands. He's checking back weak aces, better kings. Don't really beat much. Does decide to check it down. King high, I guess he does beat a few hands, but ultimately just had enough showdown folds and a much needed pop for Army. It is 2-1. 2-1 on the dot. And Young Money has got a whole new purpose in this match. He has got a shot at this for sure. Big shot.
Yeah. Eventually he, had some plays that went to his benefit, and now he's going to be fighting. Probably at this point he also realized how the other player is playing. He's quite loose, Army, but he's not crazy by the river. He's not crazy by later streets. He has been very loose, but
he's also folded.
He also won a lot of all-ins.
Yeah, folded 9s twice pre-flop. Yeah,
yeah. He's cautious, but although it looks crazy, but he's also being cautious sometimes.
Well, here he goes, getting saucy. Ace deuce. I wonder if this is just. Probably thought about jamming there. I mean, they're a little deeper now though, but he limp calls and now 6 deuce off. Not a great board with the limp in the call. This is what we were just talking about, that other 6 deuce hand where took a shot. Like this is going to hit his flattening range a lot. I wonder if Army has any give ups, but he's not a give up guy. He just takes a shot here, and Young Money not going to love that flop. Well done by Army. Really finds a good result with the bad starting hand and a bad flop. Really.
I mean, I think ace 7. It was ace 7, right? Simply just want to call yet.
Wow, this might be
it. Yeah.
This might be it. And the King Queen though isn't gonna love calling off, right? Like, or going for it. I mean, I guess might just rip it though. But yeah, this is big hands for heads up poker.
Yeah.
200 grand on the line. 215 to be exact. This is a lot. And he just calls. Okay.
I don't mind it. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be inducing like what, ace jack, ace 10, like ace king, ace queen. So king queen is, and also king queen kind of dominates, these king 4 hands, king 5, queen 6 hands that he might be 3-betting. So seems reasonable, even though it's heads up. Seems Seems reasonable.
Wow. Heals and gets the card that is going to keep him interested. And if you're young money, pretty good flop, gets a little less exciting right now, but still, I mean, you got nines, it's heads up. And also, I think you start realizing like the ace, queen, ace, kings are probably going in, right? So like now you're starting getting into narrow territory of hands that you're doing very well against. Eights and sevens probably just rip it, right? So like,
Yeah.
kind of, this isn't the best board.
Yeah, exactly. I think actually checking is very reasonable. Oh wow, he just goes for all in.
Wow.
Oh, this is really tough.
We saw him do this with value a few times, right? He shoved
Yeah.
all in when he had like king 10 of hearts with the trips and the nut flush on the river. Like this may stand out. This could actually work. I think this. I, I mean, I think he's gonna fold, right? I mean, it's a tough call here, like to think like what hand your opponent has.
This is yeah, it's really interesting because like he might be thinking, you know, I'm going to fold out here ace queen, ace king, and hands like that. So nines is it's better than these hands, but it also sucks when the guy has value. So it's just really complicated. It's just really
He
complicated.
plays so
I
fast.
think you just
Too.
have to fold, yeah. And this hand you just have to go all in, ace deuce. Not sure why he's just calling. Um, I think at least you just have to go all in. So yeah, that was a tricky and interesting hand. I guess I would have folded too, although it sucks.
Maybe a small bet here. No, checks and just gonna win.
Yeah, check. Yeah, I think betting is fine.
Yeah. Wow. What a, I mean, we saw epic hands, epic action. We saw the some really cool hands up or sorry, mini game with the cards down today. Some interesting spots and very fun. I'd say this is, I feel like I say this a lot, but I think this is like the most fun one I've had. It really is. It's just like so like the action was wild. Like from the start, the queen deuce off opens, like 3-betting wild, like people are really going for it.
Yeah, I agree. That was a great hand.
Jack 9 suited, deuce 4, and Jack 9 suited with a very nice hand. Checks back for deuce. Got a little something, backdoor flush, gut shot. 4 deuce is actually good. Doesn't know that. And let's see. Does he want to maybe just, does he want to raise somehow here? 4 deuce. Definitely not folding.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I would have rather just call. This could be an all-in. Limp is fine too. King 5 might be an all-in too. Okay, this is going to be complicated. Oh, he bets. Wow. I would just check this hand. I think this board is going to be very difficult for him to defend with such a wide range that I think I would just rather allow him to see a turn for free. You know, especially heads up when he just check back. Yeah, I think
he's gonna go big here.
Now he's probably going to bet because queen, you know, he's going to be thinking like, you know, this guy's gonna have a lot of king X and then he's going to float with queen highs, so queen is kind of good for him. Might call with flush draws. Yeah. So now the all-in, I guess, is the play.
Does he go for all? Yeah, I guess if he has a
900,000.
king or a queen, he's gonna. Does he bet like 4.8 or something, or yeah, maybe just the whole all lot? Although I think he really wants to get called. This is curious too, all of it or not. I guess you block. Yep, all of it. The enchilada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Snap fold. Yeah, he's aware.
Snap fold though. Come on, man. Like I feel
I wish I
safer
would be this
behind the
good.
mic here. What the hell is going on? These guys are like dialed in.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
I'm
are
not
like,
snap folding. I think I'm just, yeah, I don't know how I could. It seems tough to fold there, right? The straight draws pick up and miss. The diamonds miss. You don't have a diamond, like top pair heads up, and like you're short. I mean, woo.
yeah, I mean, great fold.
You just got to
Amazing.
be right. That's the thing, right? You just can't be wrong there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So like, if you're right, you're a genius. If you're wrong, you're you know, it's whale status.
But I guess this happens in these boards where it's like it's very obvious the hand that you might have to call with. And I think in that hand, that board specifically, it was very easy to see. You know, I have king high, king X, and queen X. So I guess in these boards specifically, calling an overbet, uh, maybe it seems too strong by the opposition. And we've seen again Army. You know, he's kind of wild on the flop, but you know he's not crazy by the river, at least from what we've seen. Yeah, this might be it. Okay, so he didn't go all in. Interesting.
King 7, Queen 7, King 7 dominating, but neither player loves the board. That is a
Wow,
good
just folds
bet.
king 7. Okay.
Limp stacks, or is this just a jam? 10 blinds. I guess it's close to limp probably.
Yeah,
It's
I think could be a limp. But this. So what happens in this situation is that it's going to depend, right? Like how wide the other player is going to be calling, because it's hard to be calling with the right range there. Personally, so this hand is a very fine. It's a very fine call, but might turn into a jam if the guy is just falling a little bit too much, like hands like, you know, Jack 8 suited or something like that. So like these situations are just amazing, right? Like just to be in this final table is great. Such a huge
yeah.
stack.
Yeah, playing for 7-figure, let's call it round up to $1 million basically. The 7-figure paydays are very few and far between online to have shots and make the final table. It's very exciting, and it's these two players. You know, we saw Young Money battle back to 2-1 dog. Now he's again got a big gap here, and do we see a bluff? Is 7-8 gonna so small size?
Yeah, so this is the kind of hand we've seen. We kind of bluffs we've seen from Army, where he just takes like a discontinued line of aggression. He's just putting 2 bets mostly as a bluff, and then when he put 3 bets, he had king 8, which was a full house. So you know he definitely is putting some bluffs there, but he's kind of trying to manage his chips very well, I think, and be tricky, but try to not to double up the other guy. Well, there's a ring also that they're playing for, so that's very good.
Yeah, circuit ring is definitely nice. Nice to have. 5 on the river. It makes a full house. That's quite a card there. 7 chops, not really much path to win, and now he gets to value bet.
Again, this is an interesting spot, right? Like where how much do we really think that this guy is going to be bluffing in this river? It's hard to say. Yeah, now he's back 20 blinds.
He's back. He is not out. Ace King, Jack 6, and the 400, 800 sub 20 blinds. Jack 6 off. One of the not a very fun hand to play, but Ace King. See, that is it's nice to see heads up. That's for sure. That is an easy one to play. Let's see if he's gonna how big he goes. 2.8. Jack 6 gonna fold 45 million. Just over 15, 3-1 again. It is wide open. The difference now, though, is the blinds, right? The blinds are high. It's up 4-8. I mean, we are getting to it. 10-8, Queen 10, snap check back. And this could be Barney Rubble trouble. Young money, top
Yeah, I
pair,
think.
queen 10, maybe even raising here. Yeah, this
Yeah,
could
I
just
think
be-
that's very good. I think you definitely want to be racing with queen 10 here. You have like one of the best toppers you can have. There are a lot of hands that are going to continue. I don't like this check. I think, again, you just have too much value. So I think I'll just put another bet.
probably can
Uh,
go fairly big here. No, I mean this is you feel pretty good when you see a check in the 5 on the river. I mean,
it's strange to see a check from both, because like Army
wow.
might have a 9, so I would understand why he's checking. So if I would be John Money, I would just bet the turn.
Yeah, I guess just goes check call. I mean,
Now against decisive, you just have to go all in, basically. Like it's just very hard to be
what?
losing.
You go all in now. Yeah, I guess maybe that's his line. I don't know. I was thinking it seemed weird. It seemed a bit the check.
Yeah,
I feel like that's not how he was approaching the
yeah,
spot. But you're right. Maybe I think I would actually just in the end probably call like him, but I wouldn't have played it that way. But he still got a lot. He could have stacked him there easily though, right? Could have got
exactly.
him. Yeah.
I think at this point, Army actually had like quite many opportunities to win already. You know, and not many, but some where he didn't jam, he didn't BBAP some hands, uh, things like that. And this hand he could have definitely taken way more value. And sometimes we'll see what happens. Maybe he gets rewarded for being cautious, or maybe he just gets punished by poker for not taking his shots.
For sure. It's always interesting, heads up, how competent players are, like how much experience they have. Maybe they're specialist 6-max or, was shorthanded, but then heads up, they just don't know. But again, it's also very player dependent and card situationally dependent. What spots you get? Are you getting clear, easy spots where you're crushing and coolering, or are you just like getting really difficult ones? So it's such a hard to all interpret. It's such a viciously quick, crazy game that anything can happen. You see 15-1 lead, all of a sudden become close, and it's just hard to win, right? It's hard to close out, and a bit stylistically, right? Some of those spots where it's like 7-8 instead of shoving, limping, folding, or like higher variance to try to end it. And it seems like he's really trying to whittle him down so low, where it's like maybe too much at some point. You just got to start just ripping it on him and making him play for the win. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been playing like that since I think he's where they were like 400. He's been just trying to win small pots very often instead of winning just one big pot. Okay, this is probably the end.
King Jack suited, potential champion WSOP circuit. King Jack is in the lead. It has got a pair. It has got a possible chop here. There's all kinds of stuff happening. The river card, 15 million in the middle, and that is a chop. The 9 of diamonds makes 2 pair. It's not over yet, and our friend is down. Maybe a limp. You get the limp? No, it's
he's supposed to limp probably this hand.
I would limp that.
I like the limp,
but
you just get excited. You see the guy with 6 blinds, you think like he's going to call so wide, let's just run a jam. They want to win already,
He's got him down to the fell here. Congrats to the winner on the $100 giveaway as well. We got the Twitter one I will announce tomorrow. That's on my Jeff Gross Poker, and we got close to a champion. Deuces doesn't have to put it in the middle there. 57 to 3 million, 5 deuce suited, king 7. I mean, he's got 5 high. He's got 5 highs suited. Does he really want to put this in? Maybe he just folds 5 high, right? With no fold equity.
Yeah, this is tough.
I don't mind that.
I was like, I said 5-3 suited, so is he going to jam? And
you said of hearts too. Wow, that was crazy. That would have been crazy if you said 5-2 hearts and he folds there. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
3-7, 3-4. I mean, this is. I've never seen this much
Being
action
really
in this
patient. Yeah.
like a patient sort of like a oh wow, now he's gonna get in behind here. Jack
Yeah,
deuce
he's going
suited to
call.
nines, but we saw him Jack six to nines earlier get there. Jack deuce nines has a deuce. Ace on the turn changes nothing. River card, or else we're going to be back to 10 9 blind poker, and it is not. It is still going 9 blind poker. I mean, wow, 5 deuce suited. Who knows what could have been? He says, nice hand, nice hand. King 10, 6 7. Starts limping. Yeah, this is what we wanted to see with the eights. Now, though, opponent picks it up. Still going, still rolling.
Okay. If this is not it, it will be incredible.
Fives, ace queen, a classic flip, speed limit, big cards. Gotta fade
right.
Broadway, gotta fade it. Doesn't do it, and we are potentially, unless it's 5 for 5.5%, it is a whole new game. And this is, I mean, man, talk about mental warfare. Army's gotta be a little bit worried now. And look at this, it can all turn fast here. It can really flip in a jiffy. I mean, this is legit. This could be bad. I mean, what? He's shown caution pre-flop, but is this just a rip and we're in ace king to ace seven? Is this just what's happening, or is he able to fold
I think
this?
A7 wants to open jam, and now it's in a tricky situation, right? I think just fold. Yeah, he's disciplined. He, also Young Money went for a kind of a big sizing, so I guess folding is fine. But yeah, I would have gone all in there with the A7, I think. Young Money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, girls, it's not over yet. I mean, I know everyone. If you don't have a dog in the fight right now, if you don't feel any affliction, you kind of. I know people love to see comebacks, but I'd say Army's really played a special brand of poker today. Everyone's played well, and we are still flush, 118 to 1 odds to flop a flush. Wow, he sticks in there with the flush.
I might be checking for an airplane ticket. It might be me who's going to Brazil to get some dinner.
Some acai, coxinhas, pão de queijo. Yeah, there's a lot of good options here, but this is still in. Gut shot, top pair. This has got the potential for a GG, but maybe a check raise. Queen Jack, Jack 7-3. Hard to make a pair. Top pair, good kicker, right? There it is. And small, affordable. For the gut shot, I don't think Army can pass that up for a 4. But wow, I mean, this is just when you think it's like Army's like a deep stack specialist. You know what I mean? He's just like he loves deep stack. The short stack.
No!
Curtains, GG. We saw an admirable fight today, but that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I will pre-call this. There's not 10 million in the middle. He hits the stone cold nuts. Young Money gives him the rope, and he is in 0% territory. There's no, I mean, unless it's like the 7 of spades, the board pairs, he still has Queen Jack. I don't see a path. Although, I mean, is it possible ever to full? I mean, like, is it ever possible? I mean, I don't see
possible.
how.
I think again, like Army. So his line is going to look super strong. Like he might give up some of his potential bluffs here, or even on the turn. So now he c-bet, he raised, he bet again, and he's betting again on a board where like it's very obvious and Jack Money has a jack, right? So it's just very tough. And now he's like giving the emoji, the emoji tail. So he might convince him. He might convince him that he actually has the best hand, and he does. So
wow. Bottom pair. Does he ever have some bottom pair like re-raises too? Is that, I mean, the 3? How much does that change?
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. So another.
But, we've seen him being a little bit crazy on the floor, but then on the turn he would just shut down. And now he's going for a lot of emojis. He's very excited with his hand. And this is a very strong line from him. So it's very tough for Young Money. He doesn't have a lot of time to think. You know, it's easy when we're here just seeing the cards, but
I mean,
if we
to be
want to be
fair,
really objective,
he doesn't have an 8, 9, 10 or spade. Like those are the 8, 9, 9, 10, you know, spade, backdoor spades, turns and
yeah.
bluffs. So like all that weighs into calling, but maybe just like player dependent, doesn't think he's got the bluff. Wow. Massive fold. I mean, I'll tell you what.
This is again, right? Like this is another opportunity that Army had to bust him and he didn't. So who knows what's going to happen?
Wow.
Wow, he folds.
I mean, he had all the perfect, you know, non-blocker cards there too, really, to call.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is
that,
a great
he's
fold.
been spot on.
Yeah.
Oh, this has got potential. Mid pair versus nut flush draw 2 overs. I mean,
4 spades.
oh man. The
Trouble.
nuts. Nice to have the nuts heads up, right? The nut flush on the turn, 100% on the hand. And you know, again, if you're young money, definitely has some like 1 spade over combo.
Big sizing.
Yeah, he's let him up. Blinds are up 10 blinds now for young money. And I don't know, man. How many lives do you have? I feel like Army's had so many chances to close this out. This has been a wild finish. I never expected this to go like this at the end when it went so fast, so crazy. And yeah, he didn't really take that 3-4 handed 3-2 hand, you know, he never really started ripping it on those stacks with like 8 million, you know, a piece. He was cautious and just kind of like little small ball got his way, but it's sort of been a function where he hasn't been able to close it out yet too, though.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too, he wants to be too sure that he's getting it in right, that he missed some opportunities where he could have taken some risks or even value bet, you know. I think the queen 10 hand was interesting.
Yep. Yeah, queen 4, king 7, all in. Queen 4 will fold. And again, getting to it though, 10 blinds, not a ton of wiggle room at this point. Although, you know, a double or a double and a chip up, and we got a ball game. This is still 10 blind poker, 10, 3, 6, 7 gut shot here.
Our Army is allowing young money to see a lot of flops, right? And he's been hitting quite a lot of boards. But you know, that cannot go forever. So he's giving a lot of opportunities to young money to make some hands, and he makes the nuts again. He leads.
Wow, leads out the nuts there.
Yeah, no need, because like the pot is going to be big enough by the river. I don't think you need to do that.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Some crazy runouts here and this match, but again, still 10 blinds. Blinds do go up fast because the number of hands, and then it goes up, and then they're heads up. So the blinds do get moving here. 7, 10, Jack 8. Wow, action again, flop again.
Tricky situation. I mean,
young money is in a whole world of hurt because the Jack makes a boat. He's got the 6 only, and this is not a good path for him to be going down.
Yeah, so I think I would have liked to see the Jack 8 just call with the Jack on his hand. He checks. That's tricky. That's very tricky.
Yep. Gonna take the bait here.
This sucks.
Does he just call? He calls, makes it. Why does he slip it over to him or no? I mean, I guess there's 6 million there. You might just think your opponent's going to check back some stuff, but this is a fun spot to have. The 8 on the 9, 8, 8, 4, 4, and have all options available here. 10x, what bluffs? 10 Jack, 10 7, 6 7, goes for it, and 10 high. Not going to let his opponent.
Yeah.
Call it off here. Do you think he would have gone for it with this if he checked him?
No, I don't think so. I think like what are we targeting again? Like it's maybe some hearts. but with this such a shallow stack size, I think hearts might just jump the turn. So I think
This
it's
has
very hard
been
to see
a
hands.
this is getting
Yeah,
in,
this
boys,
is it.
girls, ladies,
Yeah, for
gentlemen.
sure.
Could this be it? Do we have a champion? Is this the last hand, or will we just keep going? Ace Jack King 5 gut shot has come in for King 5 double gutter, right? 8-4 King 5. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Army, your champion of the GG Millions season
Amazing.
2023. Wow, Army 034, man. Look at this guy. What a performance. I need to know who this man is or woman. What a player. What a day. What a finish. Might need to work on the heads up shorthanded, but other than that, perfection played.
Yeah.
And I was inspired today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Diego, man, I appreciate the time. Thought it might be a fast one. It ended up being a battle towards the end. A lot of fun. Give me some key takeaways for today.
Yeah, man, I think Army had some remarkable plays actually, and he took his chances. He took some risk when he had to, and then when he had a cheap lead, he just started to be more cautious, which is actually very smart for him, very strategic. So I like it. You know, it's a great tournament by him. So, and thank you for the invitation. Happy to put some analyzing here. Just helps me be in shape a bit. So it's great.
Amazing. Well, listen, from Jeff Gross, your host, Diego Ventura, the man on GGPoker team as well, out of Peru, fresh off a World Series of Poker bracelet winner. Thank you from GGMillions. We'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Big guests, big prizes, and of course, stay tuned for the circuit. WSOP on GG. It's a $500 and $25 buy-in. $5 million guaranteed. That is taking place right now on GGPoker. So hope to see you guys there. Hope to see you next week at the final table. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.